good.
Hell yeah. All right. So I can take us back off the Packed Worlds map. Oh, I gotta sort all my shit into folders now that there can be folders. God, that's so helpful. Oh, that would have been great for our Devastation Art game when I had like 800 maps. But yeah. So we are still on Fortune's Heart. Various progress has been made on a lot of fronts. You guys are still trying to figure out a way to get this auction all in your guys' corner. This is still your chance for a big payday, whether it's a heist, whether you bid for it, however you're going to do this. There's still a shot for you to make out of this with a lot of money, or at least a lot of very good gear. You guys have been posing as Estrier or other Callistocrats, as well as bodyguards, aides to Estrier, all that good stuff. You've pretty much identified all of your potential rivals in this auction, because there was only like 5 or so that you had heard of that could potentially oppose people in this auction, and you guys have already gotten rid of 2 of them. So first you guys dealt with our paranoid gnomish friend, the Ralvarian Eumerus Harrington III, and via some great shenanigans to have him run away to the elven homeworld in the hopes of chasing that dream of immortality, he has pieced the fuck out from this auction. After a brutally tense fight, you are also able to, take advantage of his love of betting and get rid of Cantir Sursa, the Riporian who was more obsessed with combat and did like military contracts and stuff of that sort.
Yeah, all those rolls where you were just shy of meeting his AC.
Yeah, like 5 where you missed by 1.
Ugh, it was so
Um,
frustrating. And
you had.
considering, given how many channel points we spent, I was basically rolling with advantage the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, you really were. That's fucking crazy. Oh my god, I haven't seen a stretch of like insane rolls like that since my friend Michael joined their game and got like 5 nat 20s in a row when he first joined the party, which is just ridiculous odds, like 1 in like a billion odds or something. Absolutely ridiculous. But you guys have identified, a couple other potential enemies or, opposition in the auction. You guys know there's a rather famous witch weird named Lene, who, has been around, like, apparently since, like, the Gap. She is a very, like, public figure among the Callistocracy. And is perhaps one of the more worrying enemies. Someone who seems to be opposing her that you guys have spied on a little bit would be Telerinus, who is the elf Callistocrat. These are all like Callistocrat prophets, basically, high-ranking members of the Callistocracy. You also have heard about, but not really interacted with, Severana Pilos very much. That is this Undine woman. And while you are still on the lookout, you haven't actually seen Elamar the Assassin yet. You have been using some of the favors that Estrier has accrued to call in certain bonuses and things like that, certain items. But some of these people still remain out of your reach. Unfortunately, due to some crazy bad rolls, like a nat 1 on a D100, you are now worried that you have been somewhat made by the Callistocrat who actually made your crazy, crazy ship, which would be Aline Rizora. She's the one that pioneered and designed those extra-dimensional storage spaces on the tune right now. So less than ideal that she knows about it. There are upcoming events on Estria's social calendar that you guys are trying to follow, as it could lead to better things. But one interaction that you guys are kind of setting up, you're going to go to a very, incredibly well-off restaurant later tonight, so that you can meet with rather mysterious person. They met with, I think it was Shaw. Did you go talk to them on the park bench?
I did, yes.
Gotcha. Okay. So you met with someone who seemed to be spying on you guys. You noticed it during the tea ceremony you all attended. Upon kind of going out there and talking to her, she implied that her and her business partner, boss, you didn't get super specific about it, could help you all in this. It was a Verthani woman, who are those black-eyed, very gangly humanoids, about 8 feet tall from Verces. Which thought was a little odd that they were here. But she has invited you guys. Let me scroll back up to my map notes. To the Crown Jewel, this incredibly lavish restaurant. That you also have upcoming meetings at the Peachtree Lounge and a couple other places. Those are most of the highlights from last time. Mariyeen is still, happy to work with you guys. Seems to be very into Estrier, both on a personal level and a please forgive my incredible debt level. Any questions from last time?
Not offhand.
All right. In that case, is there any prep work you guys are doing before you go to this restaurant? And additionally, how are you guys showing up? Are we in disguises? What are we doing?
We're certainly going to have to go on our best finery for this one if this place is as elegant as it's supposed to be.
Well, I guess in that case, your Scorpio's glad that he packed his fancy clothes from time before.
Fancy.
But then, yeah, you even have it in the handouts here.
Yeah, I can go find it. But yeah, I do love this fancy
But
clothes.
then I would say he's putting on to get ready, and then he puts on the special sunglasses because I did purchase a set of those dark vision glasses.
Yes.
And it says, so Shaw, he looks to you and he says, "Hey Shaw, you know what the difference between you and me is?"
Was that?
And he puts on sunglasses. He says, "I make this look good."
Does Scorpio stand out amongst everyone here on the station in that set of clothes?
Normally, yes. Once you guys are at the restaurant, much less so. There is all sorts of crazy ass high fashion on display here. Still could probably turn some heads. It's a very good outfit. However, I do think there are other people here that are just as outlandish. All right. Well, as you guys walk up, you can see the glass ceiling of this elegant restaurant appears as if it were just open to the drift itself. Lights hovering near the ceiling illuminate tables covered in white cloth. A grand piano at the restaurant's corner plays a lovely tune, despite having no visible pianist. All the tables appear empty, save for one at the center of the room, occupied by 2 Verthani. A man and a woman. Both appear... Yeah, go ahead.
Out of character, this has trap written all over it.
What do you mean? It's fine. Don't worry.
Is there a place I can set up across the road?
Let's find out. This is I'm gonna have to start getting all my million tabs open to deal with your guys' shenanigans. Okay, let's get the tab of the map and our locations.
I brought the silencer flash hider. I'm gonna use the silencer flash hider.
Fair enough. Okay, so you guys are eating at Crown Jewel, which is in the caravan wing. So it's right here, that glass ceilinged one that I was just describing. You could
Can I set up on the glass
across the street. You could also across the street might be hard because I don't know that you would get an angle through the front door. If you made a stealth and a climb check up there, you could maybe try to hide by that glass ceiling.
Okay.
Because it's not actually open to the fucking drift. It's like a, just made to appear that way. So you could be on the roof.
This is a cross section.
Yeah. So I would say if you go up there, I'd say yeah, give me like a stealth check to, get your way up there.
With the cloak and field.
Yeah, I'd say so. I would agree with that. All right. Just gonna.
ISO games, man. It's all about them big numbers.
All right, you're
Wasn't
fine.
Wasn't the nat 1 I rolled earlier like a stealth roll too? Or what was
Yeah,
it?
it was like
It was a C-
it was a
you did
1
a
on
nat on-
that, then a 1 on perception check to notice that anything was like even wrong.
re-roll into a 2, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
roll a 2 on the bluff.
So the nat 1 was the D100, and then the nat 1 on the roll was the perception.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then you like re-rolled it like into a 2. Which was fucking
The,
crazy.
the next 4, my 4 rolls were 1s and 2s.
Yes.
I think it was like 1 on the
Including
D100,
on a D100.
1, 2, and then another 1. I think the only thing you rolled well on was finally on like the sense motive. You got like a 32 or something to know that like, yep, I fucked up. This is bad.
I mean, to be fair, she was here. She's probably looking for us, and I'm
I have
I'm almo-
thoughts on. Oh, go ahead.
I'm almost fairly certain she may have hired Elamar.
Some
Okay.
thoughts on that, but we can discuss it after dinner.
Who knows? Who knows? So good. So the woman you got talked to last time, Thace, you see she's sitting with another man. They kind of wave you over. Both of them appear dressed in well-tailored business suits, though only the man is wearing the white gloves of a Callistocrat prophet. It is paired with a set of cufflinks in the shape of playing cards. Several waitstaff seem to be standing at attention to the wall at the wall near the table. "Good evening," the man says, nodding politely. He regards the one next to him. "If
Sorry,
you
say again?
all would take your seats. I believe you know my friend Thace, although now that we are in more secluded company, please, I would like to introduce you to Lixrana. Oh my god, I can't say her name. To Lixrana Civ. And now I will show you her art. This is the Verthani woman that invited you guys earlier.
This is the person I spoke to earlier.
Although she is not, that is not what she told you her name was. She told you her name was
Right.
like Face Vex.
Hmm.
And I am Xander. Please take a seat. I'd say give me a sense motive check on this little intro.
I'm also doing a perception check as well.
Oh hell yeah, go for it.
Am I allowed to make this as well? Or am I too far away?
So you're up on the roof right now. Are you guys like actively on comms with each other, or
Would that be noticeable?
potentially? It'd be less noticeable if you were just like messaging, but that would also not enable him to like hear everything that's going on. So
I
I'd
would
say
stay off
kind of
comms.
stay off comms.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want to keep quiet. I think for this one, the less we transmit, considering we've been made, the better.
I would say in that case, Wilco, just give me a perception check as you're looking around, because I don't think you'd really have like a sense motive because you can't really hear them, and they're like literally not looking up. All right, the 27's pretty good after the 15, 8, and 14.
Well, I mean, I did a sense motive and a perception, so
Okay, so on the perception check, you notice that it's very discreet in the lines of his like stylish suit, but both Xander and Luxrana are very much armed. And it is very hard to see, but on 27, you see she adjusts something. It looks like she has something hidden. You think it's a glamored rifle.
yeah. I feel like in retrospect, I probably should have picked up a holoskin so I could go around using that to while I wear my armor. But oh well.
It's fair.
'Cause I
I
can't-
will. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, go
Is she
ahead, please.
reaching for it?
I was gonna say that on at least on the 14, the 8, and the 15, that didn't he doesn't seem overly hostile, at the very least. What were you gonna say, James Wilco?
I was just asking, does it look like they're reaching for their weapons?
It
at
doesn't
all?
look like they're reaching for them. You just like from your sniper's vantage point see like, okay, they did come armed, even if they're not like pulling out the guns right now.
Okay, and I'm guessing would have had to come unarmed because I cannot come out armored, correct?
I mean, you can go armored. It just might draw attention. He didn't. I don't think she said that you had to be unarmed.
Hmm.
She just said
Problem
to
is
me.
I don't.
I'd say keep the armor on. Be our tank.
Yeah, I think Shaw will put up the guys to be in the bodyguard or anything like that. It's like maybe for the future though, one of those Abadar Court suits might not go astray. Yeah, but nobody has a spare. I don't really have any way to conceal my weapons or anything. I think I would probably still go under the guise of a bodyguard, but I think again because you mentioned that they have kind of finery meant for the bodyguards and stuff. I think it would be very much like. For lack of a better term, it's almost like a guy in mercenary gear, but also has been kind of business suited up as if he's in for meeting an important client. You know what I
Fair.
mean?
Yeah. I could see that.
I think I'm sure they have something like that on the station for bodyguards, so they can look presentable when they're meeting an important client.
Fair. All right.
So-
I've got SP just holding my weapons, so I don't have to hold them myself.
Okay.
I-
As you guys
I'll-
kind
I'll
of
keep-
make the yeah, go ahead.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out for anyone else.
Okay.
You know, there's another sniper aboard the station.
Just scan it. So you're scanning not just through the upper glass ceiling. You're also looking around like the other nearby buildings.
Yeah, I'm thinking at this point. I'm thinking, okay, where would I be if I wanted to get the drop on the group? Probably where I am right now.
You look across like the glass dome that you're next to. It's just on the other side. Looks like a reflection at first, but you're like, oh wait, shit, it moved.
I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him.
Spider-Man point. Okay. I
Except they
imagine
point
you
at each other
guys-
with rifles.
Yeah, do sit down after that.
Yes, Straw would go ahead and sit down.
Yeah,
I'd
I'll
sit
go ahead
down
and
as
sit
well.
down as well.
As you guys sit down, the staff members kind of like put food and drinks in front of you. All looks very nice, very expensive. Then the staff kind of like melts away to like other parts of the room, not staying nearby. And you see as he kind of like sips his wine, he's like, I reserved the whole restaurant for a sensitive discussion.
Shaw kind of raises an eyebrow. All right, I'm listening.
So he kind of straightens the, jacket lapels of his suit, which is kind of like a dull gold, and tilts the hat back off his head a little bit. I imagine the nature of our invitation has piqued your curiosity. I do apologize if our caution has caused you any uneasiness. We hope to discuss a matter of some delicacy, and we didn't wish to be overheard. Now, given your activities, I expect you share some of those sentiments. Allow me to lay a few cards on the table, to kind of adjust his cufflinks. I know you're interested in acquiring the White Wind. I also know that you lack the funds to do so honestly. And I know that at least one of you isn't who you appear to be. He holds up a finger to kind of like forestall an interruption yet. Before you grow alarmed, let me assure you, we have no intention of interfering in your plans. In fact, we want to help you. It's my hope that we could come to a mutually beneficial agreement. If you are amenable to that, we would help you acquire the White Wind if in exchange you get something for us among the barge's treasures and bring it to a prearranged drop point.
I'm willing to listen.
He kind of glances at Luxtrana, and she slides a little hollow emitter across the table, powers on. You see a little image of like a. You guys might recognize this. It looks like just like a data module, basically like a hard drive. And you guys remember that there is a rumored secure data module that like mining companies records. That the Undine was very interested in that.
Yes.
She kind of leans in. She's like, this secure module, it contains confidential company business plans, proprietary mining techniques, and that, well, it fell into the hands of the Calistocrats after being looted by pirates and resold several times. You all can have everything else, even the ship if you take it. We just want that.
I mean, if you want this sort of thing, seems like it's pretty valuable to you.
Valuable enough that he's willing to bankroll us participate in the auction.
Before he responds to that, I'm saying, give me a sense motive check.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why do you want to bankroll us? You clearly have more funds than us. Who are you, and why don't you just buy it yourself?
Okay, the sense motive checks aren't going to reveal anything additional. I'm going to answer kind of both of your guys' questions at once, but the first thing he says as he pauses, Jesus Christ.
Really bad at sense motive.
There's a
They're
brief
just
moment where you're
really
like,
generous.
is he the assassin? And then a moment later, like, wait, no, that's crazy. The assassin isn't fucking Berthani. So he kind of pauses, weighing his words carefully after that, and he's, for those in the mining industry, this information in that module, it's quite valuable. My assistant and I, quite frankly, are taking a calculated risk talking to you. The data would be more trouble for you to sell than it's worth, and our assistance will prove far more useful to your scheme than some mining data, I would assume. As for who we are, a concerned party that, well, is here to retrieve that data for its rightful employers.
Okay, but once again, you clearly, have the funds. Why are you unable or unwilling to participate in the auction yourself?
We have some funds, yes, but I imagine we're not doing it for the same reason as you. We lack the necessary funds to win the auction legitimately. And I'm sure you've noticed the security measures around the White Wind. If we had more time, we could arrange something, but we don't. We think that combining our forces is the best way for us all to get what we want. Look,
If I can, I think if Shaw can do so without seeming rude, need to consult. I would like to consult with one of my associates real quick, and then quickly fire off a message to James. Mention, since we don't have the comm up, just detailing the offer real quick.
Okay.
Shaw said, "Conditionally, I'm interested. What support are you offering?" Okay, so I'd like to start talking. We can start talking specifics then. Because Shaw kind of looks oh hell, I'll be blunt. Because he kind of looks over at. If you know who we are and why we're here, then already you could be escorting us off this station already. So I'm inclined to listen and rather make our trip worth our while. Let's start talking details as far as more specifically what we can do. I'll see if my associate has any particular objections, and if we're all in agreement, then. Because otherwise, Shaw looks over at the other two. we're dead in the water and everything. We've made some good starts, but we don't have anything to get in the door on the day of.
Well,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if SVR knew who he was getting into arrangement with. We have no money for his auction.
Yeah,
I mean, hey,
I mean
neither did he really. He's
that's the
hoping you
downside
guys
of
can just pull
All
something
right,
off.
yeah.
that's the downside of us all being hardware classes. We have to buy everything.
Right.
Look, Miss Civ and I are skilled in negotiations, surveillance, research, and corporate espionage tactics, all of which would prove useful to your endeavors here. We could also provide you with some useful technology, and adjust one of his playing card cufflinks. We've discovered something about the auction that you'll want to know. If you agree to our terms, we'll share it.
Shaw looks over at Refine and Scorpio.
Question, sort of a out of character thing.
Mhm.
Looking at like how he's like adjusting his cufflinks, can I tell if that's like just a nervous habit?
You could with a sense motive check.
All right, let's see if that'll do anything for me. Just purely rolling off the dice for this. Yeah, 15.
Hard to say. You don't see any mechanical benefit of it. Could just be a habit.
All right, I'll just let it go then.
He kind of
I'm
leans
a-
back in his chair.
Go ahead.
He's just like, look, you've done a good job so far. Clever of you to take on the appearance of someone else. You see, he glances at the Verthanians. I'll be blunt. We were in the maintenance ducts examining the security around those docking bays a few days ago. Noticed your, well, interaction in the corridor. Rather clever using his identity.
God. Shaw nods. I see then. So he looks over at as James responded to the message I sent.
I would have responded, I'm down for the deal.
All right, I'm interested as well. If you two are as well.
So, like, we never ID'd Elamar in the vents, so
No, we did not.
it was them we saw.
Mhm. Which
But
means we still
Elamar-
haven't made contact with Elamar at all. Which
At least
worries
that's
me.
what he's claiming, is that it was them.
Yeah.
And it checks
But they
out.
knew someone was in vents, even if they didn't. Even if it wasn't them personally, they knew someone was up.
Yeah. All right. Shaw looks. I'm down if you all are.
All right, I'm down for it.
Best bet.
Shaw kind of leans over, and I think for this one, I think he would be a little uncomfortable with it, but I think Shaw would have had like given the setting and like I feel like an expensive martini for this one, and I'll drink to a deal.
They raise their glasses of wine as well. As he takes a long sip, he's like, well, if that's the case, let's seal this alliance then. I promised you gear, and I promised you information. You see she kind of pulls out like an attaché case and opens it up revealing a variety pieces of gear here. A couple of these are specific to the book. The first thing she sends, or she points out, is like these two are short-circuit grenades. They emit a powerful electric signal on impact, 20-foot range, and she kind of like just goes down the technical specs, but these are like the game mechanic specs.
Okay.
And I'll put them in our Discord as well.
Okay.
Moves on to the next item. Says, this is a noise dampener. She holds up like a little disc. It controls sound within its area using specialized sonic waves. Once you activate it, within 30 feet, well, sounds within that radius won't be heard beyond the radius. But sounds beyond that radius cannot be heard within.
Shaw nods.
First one was short circuit grenades. Then sound dampener. Then there is 2 jammer charges and 3 Mach 3 micro taps. And I'll just send you guys the link to those.
Okay. Also, Jammer Charge sounds like it should be the name of a reggae band.
Basically, it's like an EMP explosive.
Yeah. No, I figured. It was just like, it made me chuckle.
No, yeah, it definitely sounds like that. And then there are micro taps, kind of compact copper disc size of a fingernail. You can put it on comm units, data pads to intercept incoming and outgoing audio or digital communication.
I think I already have like a few of those.
Very well could.
Let's see, jammer charge, or
You've had every other kind of charge so far.
signal jammer. I may just have the level 1 stuff.
As she kind of like closes, like clicks the case closed and slides it across the table, he leans in and says, and of course, information. Before the barge key codes are electronically transferred to the winner, where they can then take possession of the cargo at their leisure, there is a split-second delay while the credits are moved from the winning bidder's account to the station account. You all don't have the necessary funds to make good on your bid. You won't receive the codes necessary to take the barge, unless you can somehow cheat the system.
And how?
Listening.
Say that again?
I'm listening.
Well, I'm sure you are capable at messing with computers. We could help point you in the right directions. We could offer you, well, any assistance that you might need.
Sounds reasonable. I think we'll have to do that if we're going to try and get after that. Would we have to be getting into? So I guess this is where Shaw's lack of. Would we be having to get into the station's mainframe for that?
You would. The most easily accessible point to interrupt or spoof that transfer probably be at the auction house itself.
Shaw kind of rubs his chin. We could probably try and set that up, perhaps beforehand. When they interrupt, how long before they notice that there's a problem with the transfer?
Well, I imagine you wouldn't have very long. Hours at best, most likely less. You'd have
How
to take that barge
is-
and abscond as quickly as possible.
Shaw chuckles. Believe me,
The
my plan.
transactions cataloged.
Say they're gonna have the transactions catalog?
Yeah, how are they cataloged?
I mean, digitally.
Right. Well, what I mean is like, if we're going into the system anyway,
Mm-hmm.
would it be easier to just change the name of who bought the item? Or would that be something that would be, checked with against, pretty quickly?
I mean, that's another option. There's not just one way you could hack it. That could be a way to do it.
What if perhaps we could implement that as a failsafe in case we can't win the bids?
If we do that, then we can just have someone else win the bids and they pay, and then we take the goods.
Be interested to see what options we have. That'd be one. That'd be one.
Fair.
Yeah, I like the idea. And out of character, I don't even. Part of me kind of hopes that we could try and nab their funds transfer if that's the case. But that's. I don't. I think that would be an extraordinarily
Well-
difficult hack.
Yeah. I mean, as is, I think it's going to be an extraordinarily difficult hack that,
Yeah, I'm saving my channel
Yeah.
points. Don't worry.
Certainly won't be easy.
and my hacking is good, but it's, it's not that good.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm. Well, what do you need from us to make this succeed, apart from the gear and information?
A little more background wouldn't hurt. We've noticed that there's some differences of opinion between, and help me, Ben, I'm forgetting the names. The interdimensional lady and the elf. I can't remember the names offhand.
The Witch Weird and the Elf?
Lanai and Telerinus.
Correct. These ones.
I was hoping you might be able to explain a little bit more of some of their bad blood. It might be helpful if we're going to reduce competition at the auction.
I think it wasn't Zelenai. Wasn't it Severana?
Who's interdimensional? Wait, say
No,
that.
Severana's the Undine.
Severana's
Yeah,
one
that's
who
what I'm
had,
saying.
Severana's
like,
the Undine.
mining interests.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Wasn't Severana the one that had the beef with him?
I thought it was Lanai.
I mean, he definitely does not like Zanai, but now you're making me second guess myself here.
It was the one we overheard in the tea house.
Yeah, if you're talking about the one who like bought the biotech conglomerate, he Telerinus bought it out from the nose of Zlene.
Okay.
So they have the most.
However
beef.
much information you could.
Go ahead. Or just how much information they have on those two.
Yeah, I'm
Well,
wondering if there's
that
more.
and the computer systems that the auction house runs on to make it easier for me.
They glance at each other and he's like, "We'll look into the computer systems, see what'll be easiest. As for Telerinus and Zlene, well, I don't think Telerinus can stand the idea of any of this stuff falling into Zlene's hands, and I imagine he'll try to prevent that outcome in everything that he does." If you could offer him a way to get back at Zlene, or make sure she keeps her hands off his business permanently, I bet he'd step out of the running. As for Zlene, well, she obviously is still mad that he purchased that out from under her, but if you were to try to help with a hostile takeover of Telerinus's conglomerate, I imagine she'd be quite pleased with that.
Just thinks about that. We don't have to act on that necessarily tonight. I definitely want to think about it. And I'll probably I'll make note of that. Actually, I don't really want to write any of this down now that I think about it. I'll talk it over with once we reconvene the whole group as far as which of them we want to try and get out of the auction.
Fair.
Do y'all have any other questions? And I think Shaw would also send a text up to Wilco and ask if there's anything he would want me to relay. Any questions he has, pressing questions he has to ask.
No.
Okay.
I'm all good.
At this point, I'm getting more and more worried about Elamar because now that might not have been him in the vent.
If that's the
I
case,
I have an idea for Elamar.
I have some too. I wonder if we're having the same idea. So we could talk about that after dinner. I have some thoughts, but I don't want to talk about it in front of these guys.
Oh, I agree. I have a few thoughts on ways to deal with Elamar.
I was editing something, but here is Xander, by the way.
That is a. I have a number of conflicting emotions about the bowler hat.
It's got that
Yeah.
smooth criminal video look going on.
He looks like Hugo Weaving.
Oh my god, you're right.
They kind of glance at each other. Well, if there's nothing else, feel free to enjoy your dinner, but we can be on our way. I've reserved this place for at least the next few hours, so take your time eating.
So, does anybody else have anything? Because I can't think of anything else offhand. Yes, obviously I would expect we would exchange like secure contact information and stuff. Anybody else got anything?
No.
Nothing for me.
Thank you for your time and the business offer. We'll see it through. Shaw chuckles. Sometimes it gets a little. Our luck can be a little uneven, but we're good at improvising. We'll make it work.
Bad. Not unusual. Bad.
Tips
Not
his
not
hat.
saying that obviously.
Tips his hat at you, and they begin to walk away.
All right.
Tips his hat, milady.
Go ahead and add an extra 1,200 XP
Ooh, yay!
for allying with
What are we at, by the way?
these mysterious
Uh,
individuals.
So it should be with that. We'll up to 37,525.
Thank you.
I believe your next one is 50k, if I recall.
Yeah, it's a ways to go to get to that one.
Yeah, it's like you mentioned last session, we're now at the point where the level ups are a bit more spaced out.
Mm-hmm. Right. Do you guys stay
So I
and
think-
finish the dinner or no?
I think Shaw, if there's no pressing rush, I think Shaw might take a minute. Think about it. I think he's a little overwhelmed by all of this because he's very much not used to this kind of the aristocratic atmosphere. But I think he would enjoy something better than shipboard food for a change.
I mean, if it's food we're not paying for, Scorpio's like gladly digging in like he's Goku. Like,
Yeah.
check. Man, it's like this is like some of the best food I've had like ever. It's like, all right, now the margarita here is probably the closest they've gotten to show's quality, but show's
Yeah.
still the best.
Shaw nods. Can't go wrong with it. I think I figure I'd probably be digging into a steak or something.
They pretty
Yeah.
much bring you whatever high quality food you want.
Yeah. Shaw, I think we'll finish dinner. I don't know if there's anything else to bring up. I want to wait till James comes out till we get to our own spot and talk with James before I discuss some of the other stuff that I've been thinking about.
Fair.
Does anybody else other than the wait staff come into the restaurant? I know he said he reserved it. Is there anybody else that looks like they're eyeing us
Depends how long you
specifically?
wait, but as long as you leave before like an hour and a half, no one else comes in.
Yeah, I would probably want to leave once we're finished with dinner if everybody else is okay with that, unless there's a reason to stick
Oh yeah.
around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go poking around for Elamar or see if I can find where he's at.
It's a tough task. I would say that'd be more of a survival than just a perception check. Because it's more of a tracking than just the odds of you happening to see him.
And going
Luck-
back to the go ahead.
Luckily, I have the same bonus to each.
Fair enough. Let's see. 32. You guys are in the northern. All right. How are you just searching this area? Where are you searching precisely?
I would go poking around, just like go from rooftop to rooftop, checking where I would be.
In just like caravan wing, or are you going like around the station?
Around the station as much as I can.
Okay, I'd say yeah. Give me another stealth check while you do that. But on a 32, you don't find him. You find evidence that he has at least posted up on various roofs of like the guest quarters.
I found like an old piss jar.
Pretty much just like an occasional like very bland like food supplement wrapper and things like that. He is very good at leaving no trace, but you like manage to like the odd like scuff mark from his boots. You see like, you know, a small chip on the wall where he might have like rested the barrel of his rifle, things like that. But it seems like he's been hanging a lot around the guest quarters.
Is that where we're staying?
There are guest quarters for you to stay there. You basically got offered to stay in like Estrier's guest quarters once like the fucking Anacytes left.
Yeah. Are the spots he's hanging out, is that anywhere near where we're staying?
One of them is. The others are more basically. I imagine like kind of one on this roof. Estrier's was down here. I guess I could just shift ping these easier. The other two is one on this roof, and one on this roof. And I can just mark them with little red lines. So he.
What's
Sniper's
the
nest there, and there.
What's the like radius of this station?
Just like the ruler shows. It's about I think like half a mile in diameter or something. I tried to line it
okay.
up as perfectly as possible.
I gotta convert that to feet because like a good sniper rifle is like 1,000 feet.
The central core.
5280 is 1 mile.
Or what?
5280 is a mile.
Half a mile.
Times point.
Yeah, so
60.
half a mile. Oh, 0.6, that's more of a pain.
Well, I mean, because you know that's the quickest way to do it. Basically, corner to like side to side,
Yeah.
the whole circle is 3,168 feet.
So like a third is what it can
The
cover.
diameter should be 3168.
Yeah.
3,160.
But anytime you post up somewhere, you should be able to. That's what I said. I called it. But like, if you measure this, that is like to scale. So, you know, anytime there's like a fight, like it looks like from where he was viewing you to your guest quarters, 0.1 miles, basically, almost 0.2.
Yeah, we were in range then.
Yeah, it's basically like a little over 1,000 feet away between those two spots.
It's like I imagine like at any given time he's like has pretty good range on us.
I will
depending
say,
on
like,
where we're at.
keep in mind those lines, like those are like walls, pretty much. This is a space station, so it's separated out.
Okay.
Like you couldn't
So-
snipe from like here to like 13, for example.
Right.
Like if he's gonna snipe
So-
you in your guest quarters, he has to be in this like lower left quadrant to figure it out.
Right.
It's also the biggest one, though.
But from the looks of it, he is camp in the guest quarters.
Yeah, I mean, maybe more than just those 3 spots. Those are just like the 3 that you found in your explorations.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take us off the dining music.
Do we know of any of the other auction goers, which guest quarters they're in?
Not specifically. I think you learned that you're not even sure that all of them are staying in the guest quarters specifically, but you did know for sure that Severon is in the guest quarters.
He might be after Estriar. He might not know about us yet.
Actually, I have a question on that.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, because I know we haven't been able to send communications off station. How does this, like, if our bounty has gone public, would this station necessarily know about it, except by word of mouth, or I guess it would be as ships come and go and upload data, right?
Yeah, it's certainly possible because there are ships that are faster than your guys' ships, and they could have like hit a good drift current. No one seems to have like jumped at the chance to capture you guys, but it is very, very possible that information is on the station.
I have one other question, because this is something that's occurred to me earlier. Because I remember we were talking about that mining company, Data Core.
Mm-hmm.
Is that mining company affiliated with EdgeCorp, or are they a rival to EdgeCorp in some way? Actually, go ahead.
I think you would need to make a culture check.
I should have asked what's his name about that. Oh well.
You could try to contact them. They would have given you their information to speak.
I think I would probably ask him one last question shall we say, out of, if Luxana picks up. Out of curiosity, I had one last question, and it didn't occur to me until we were heading back. The mining corporation you represent in this case, do they have any dealings, positive or negative, with EdgeCorp?
They have dealings with EdgeCorp, as do many large businesses in the galaxy, but they are not a subsidiary of EJ Corporations.
Any bad blood?
I wouldn't say bad. I'd say neutral. They've just done dealings.
Fair. I had a hunch. I was kind of wondering a little bit about. There's a couple of other actors on the station that have my interest, so I was curious if there was an angle about that.
Could be worth looking into. Give me a sense motive check again.
Another 15.
Well, let's see. He's hiding something. Like, you didn't feel like that was a lie necessarily. Like, he seemed to be telling the truth. Like, they don't work for EdgeCorp or anything.
But he's not telling the whole truth.
He's got some sort of lie of omission is going on here.
Well, I'm not going to press that for right now, but it's good to know. Okay, that's it for now.
Right.
So I'll just say thank you for your time. We'll be in touch as soon as we're able.
Of course. Hangs up.
On that graph, if you click on any of the intersections, it'll give you the amount with for each 0.1 increment of a mile.
Jesus. This is worse than like me having the fucking Pythagorean theorem bookmarked as my first bookmark.
What? It's not hard to make.
I know.
It took me
I
like
know.
10 seconds. Look, I was the type of person who in 10th grade chem, I made a single program in my calculator
God,
that had all of the formulas programmed into it, so I never had to memorize them.
that's fair.
It took me about 3 hours, but it was worth it.
I think of all my like teachers, the one I feel like the one I tell the most stories about to people was my chem teacher there. What a guy.
I do have a converter on my phone. I just didn't pull it out.
Oh,
for you guys.
fair enough. Well, I pinned it anyway. Yeah, yeah, Nix, that's the one.
No. So I had him for AP Chem.
Yeah.
The last year before he retired.
Wait, did you do what I did, where you did chem and then AP Chem the next year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that too.
And and the other issue was that our section of AP Chem was just doing way better than the other section.
That's rough.
So so we would end up getting like a bunch of random free days that they didn't have, and the stuff he did with us.
Oh, he had so
We
he had so
literally
many dumb things.
Got a gummy bear stuck to the back of the hood for about like 2 months.
Jesus Christ. Did he do the thing where you can fill your hands with like gas bubbles and light it on fire and not get burned?
No, but he did teach us to flick matches while lighting them.
He did the bubble thing to us, and then he was popping bubbles with fire that would like burst. And during our year, it wasn't a gummy bear, but there was like a circular burn mark on those like square ceiling panels for like 4 months.
Well, so what happened was we were talking about how much you could burn from different types of food just for fun, so we could burn food, right?
Oh yeah.
And one of them was a gummy bear. And one of the kids in the class asked, "What happens if we put 2 gummy bears in a test tube and heat the bottom of it?"
What a teacher. He told me once.
Long story short, it acts as a cannon for the upper gummy bear.
Like, we gotta have gummy bear cannons. That's critical. Last year, I remember one time we did a lab where we had to like make aspirin, which in its raw form is like crystalline. And we were like, you know, at the end of the lab, it's like, you know, some stuff has to go down the sink, some stuff, like, you know, you have to get rid of properly. And we weren't sure, so like me and my partner were just like, hey, like, what do we do with like the crystals? Can we just like toss them, or do we do something special? And he just like leans in and like shuts our lab book, and he just goes, well, you can sell those crystals on the street, you know what I'm saying? And just like walks away. We're like, that's hilarious, but also we still don't know the answer. Like, what do we do?
Oh god.
All right. We digress.
At some point, Ben.
Yeah.
Remind me to tell you the story about the men's lounge.
Oh god. Okay. Oh, whoops. There you go. All right. Anyway. That's pretty much all the stuff you guys have for today. You know that tomorrow, which is 4 days before the auction, is that private banquet at the Prixie Mary. And then a couple days later, 2 days before the auction, is that ribbon dancing event.
Yeah.
So basically, got 4 days to kill and two set appointments within those 4 days.
Before we go to sleep for the evening, I'd kind of like to talk with the group for a few minutes. I definitely would be interested to hear Boz's findings if he's located traces of LMR. But I've had a couple thoughts about the auction as well, especially with Aline Rysora being on the station now. So when he comes back and we all get back to our room, I'd imagine with the windows tightly sealed. So
yeah, the window's tightly sealed.
We have SP post up in the vents just in case.
Just hanging out in the vents. Okay.
It's ready to shoot anyone who pokes their head over here.
Just looking like a fucking turret, just swiveling.
Well, SP can go invisible, right?
Maybe not invisible, but yeah, SP has like that crazy bonus standing still,
Effectively.
right?
Yeah. Standing still, SP has 26 to stealth. So
Good
that
lord.
helps.
Good lord. Such high bonuses. I missed that shit about Paizo games whenever I play 5e.
So So, and when everybody's while we're sitting there, Shaw's come for a second. I can't help but wonder if this data code might be why Aline Rassor is on the station. EdgeCorp, given that what they were pulling on Entha as far as deep core drilling and other terraforming projects, can't help but, and given the issues they were having with it, I feel like proprietary mining techniques would be something they'd be after. I wonder if we're, well, unfortunate coincidence in terms of something they're after. If that's the case, Elamon might be her insurance in case she can't win the auction, or just to kill whoever does to win the auction. Shaw looks
An
on.
idea for how to deal.
Please.
James, you might not like it. Because it involves you walking around interacting with people out in public.
I already object.
Hard pass already.
If we have James pretending to be Elamar,
Go on.
going out trying to sell his services because his current employer he doesn't think is gonna come through on the deal, we might be able to figure out who that employer is due to their panic.
Wait, why would it have to be B though?
Why be?
Yeah, because we have someone else who looks exactly like Elamar.
So you want me to dress up as Elamar and try to sell my services?
You are dressed up as Elamar by
Try to
default.
dress up as him. Fucking spitting image.
We don't know anything about.
Disguise
Like-
check at a +10.
We have no like actual proof of why Elamar's here or where he is. Like the only information we've gotten is, like, I found traces of him.
Yeah, basically
feel
just
comfortable
theories
with
at this
just-
point.
Because
He may not even be after us. But if we start fucking around with him, he might just.
he
Okay,
might.
that's true. That's a
Yeah.
fair point. That's a fair point.
Because I don't think the bounty wasn't live when we left. If he was in the mercenary crew we were talking to, made it sound like he was already here.
I
So,
think
I
you're
don't-
pretty positive that he's here, yeah. For sure.
One last thing. Nix, can I ask a favor?
Yeah.
Would you be willing to do a check of the infosphere and see if our bounties have been posted up here on the station yet? If there's a way you can do it anonymously.
I can try that.
I'd say be a
Are we
culture
like-
check followed by like a computer's check to hide your digital footprint.
I mean, I'm not great at culture checks, but if someone else makes the culture check, I can do the anonymous part.
I'll do the culture check.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll let it
Jesus.
stand.
Jeez.
You may want to re-roll
Yeah.
that.
I'm
I'm a-
on the computer's check.
Jesus Christ.
You may want to re-roll that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that. Alright, where is it in there? Inspiration.
Huh. I was talking to my partner yesterday about whether we were gonna just not get Hulu anymore because we don't really use it. Apparently Disney is about to own 100% of that company, so I guess just it'll be the same streaming platform as Disney.
Oh dear.
Oh, I guess hopefully
Got
it'll make it
worse.
cheaper, but also monopolies suck.
I
Did
I
you just
think
get right?
haven't-
I just looked over.
roll.
Oh my god, went down from a 5 to a 2 on the dice.
Our
Yeah,
dice have been
And my
so
roll
bad.
before this was a 1.
I think to be fair, you have a choice here. You can still look up the information. You know that if you do, it's not going to be anonymous.
Hacking, Ben.
Huh?
Said quit hacking, Ben.
Okay, yeah, that's what I would use it on, 2s and 5s. I would
you
say
gotta
to you,
throw
if
us
you
off.
do you
You can't
want to
just-
still look? Yeah, just to make it seem normal.
Yeah, I kind of am in favor of waving off. I was kind of hoping we could like casually check, but if if we poke about it, then and we would leave a footprint, then I'd rather
Yeah.
leave off.
I think you're right. With
Better to
with
just-
like Elaine poking around, the less attention we can bring to ourselves, the better.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say though Scorpio would bring up like so. Uh, at some point I was thinking, if we have some downtime between all this stuff, the tea master from tea ceremony offered to give me tutorial on how to do like the whole tea ceremony thing, and I think it'd be a cool way of like show this cool new thing I can do. But here's the thing, you probably I don't like the idea, and you guys probably don't like the idea of me going on my own. So if one or all you want to come along, I think that'd be a good idea.
So, sorry, wait, what are you doing?
Yeah, the tea. Remember when we were at the tea ceremony, and like I did so badly that the guy like kind of took pity on me and gave me this really nice tea set, and he shows you the really nice Kasathan tea set that's worth 500 credits.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
what were you proposing?
He wants to show me how to do the tea ceremony properly, but with everything that's going on, like you guys probably, and even I don't think it's a good idea for me to go on my own. So, if one or all you wants to come along, I think that'd be a good idea.
I think you may just be on either on your own or don't go.
Shaw kind of. I think it's risky because I mean, if we were there for a very short period, and we were already made by these folks who thankfully were interested in our services tonight. I worry we're exposing ourselves more than we have to if we do.
Yeah, it's a risk we don't need to take, and we're already on hot water.
All right.
Yeah,
I don't think the tea guy is going to fuck you over. I think you might just get attacked or jumped, or Elamar might
Yeah,
arrange that.
that's a good point. Yeah.
it's. Shaw will say. We'll make it up to you when we get back to Absalom. It might not. I'm sure that we can probably find. There's got to be a Casathan, a fancy Casathan tea house somewhere out in the diaspora. We'll figure it out. Let's see, let you so you can impress Miss Show. But if we hadn't already been picked up by so many folks, including frickin' Arlene Ressora, I would say sure. But I'm these next few days are going to be real dangerous. I worry for you if you go.
All right. I appreciate that. And if anything, it gives me, I did take some notes, and I can always just try practicing on my own, just with you guys if you want.
Got to be somewhere we can figure out the intricacies of it. Yeah.
I will. What else I can.
I just imagine like the infosphere's got like like YouTube tutorials on how to do that.
Yeah, exactly.
God, my computer just freaked the fuck out. Everyone roboty, and now my apps do not want to work. Hold on one sec.
That's no good.
I'm still here. I'm just putting on the BRB thing so I can try to refresh my screens. What the fuck was that? Trying to load a file that's too big, I guess.
Shaw kind of looks over. Nix, you said you had, or Refine, you said you had a couple other ideas about the auction as well. I'd be curious what you were thinking.
Just no. Most of the ideas I had were ways to fuck with Elamar. I think we decided we should not do that.
Not just yet. I'd rather not draw attention until we have to. That said,
But
I think. Go ahead.
if we do decide to go down that route, I think one thing that we should do along the way is try and start some rumors that either Lanai or Tolernus hired Elamar to take out the other one. Or even better, spread both rumors and just see sticks.
Just start the
Possible.
rumors, let them go at each other.
That'd be pretty funny, to be honest. But even if we just put a rumor out that there's an assassin on the station prior to the auction, that's going to raise some hackles. It might not be the worst idea ever.
Well,
How hard would it be to
yeah.
for me to recreate Elamar's trip and then just pose as him for some pictures?
Well, that's what
Um,
I'm saying.
I feel like you definitely would have a
If we
big
can
bonus
set
for it.
someone, if
Reason for
if we
bonus:
could set
look exactly like him.
someone,
Yeah, happen to pick the exact character.
if we could set either Lanai or Toleranis trying to find Elamar and stop them ahead of time, you know,
Send out like an
that
anonymous
means that
warning to all the other auction goers.
Maybe.
yeah,
Didn't Toleranis also
just
have a?
something to
Go ahead.
just something to have other people looking for Elamar, so he's more us unless his goal is to,
And if it's anonymous, it won't easily come back to us.
right.
Hmm.
Do we want to like go the route of like me taking some, or me dressed up as him, and you guys take some like covert pictures?
Honestly, I feel like kind of just like some anonymous post for the local infosphere and then letting that percolate would be kind of what I would be thinking.
I think like maybe 1 or 2 pictures of me, like in that way, would just like if it was like a really like far away, low resolution picture.
Oh yeah, it's like just like some like we're like walking by and say like, "Hey, I saw this strange looking dude prowling around on the rooftops. Anyone know what's going on?"
No, I think it's better if we just get some fancy Callistocrat to take a selfie with him in background.
And then just
Take a selfie.
like post like, "Hey, do you guys notice this guy in the background?"
Whoa,
Yeah,
conspiracy
exactly,
theory.
exactly.
Who's this guy?
Like on a neighboring roof, somebody's just like partying out on like a veranda or something, and they take a selfie, and then Elamar is across the
Yeah.
way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't Toleranis also have a meeting with his business associates the next day?
Yes, he is also having a business meeting the next tomorrow.
Which side of that do we want to go? I don't think it's going to be difficult to get rid of both of them, but which way on that door were we thinking?
Like side with one of them, or
I feel like that would be. I think it's going to be difficult to get both of them out, but
I think we focus on getting the elf out and just trying to like partner with Slanai, saying, "Hey, if we get rid of this guy, do you promise to drop out of the auction?"
All right, there we
should
go.
be the which would
Oh,
be
my
the right,
scroll's lined up.
which would get
Maybe
both of them out. What's up?
maybe we have Estriar contact Slanai and say, "Hey, I know you're interested in the auction, but I know there's someone else you hate more. What if I took care of him and then you just dropped out?"
We could. It'd be interesting.
Interesting.
I'd be interested to see what he says at that meeting of his tomorrow. It might give us something we can use for that. But Trick is getting to that unnoticed.
Say up to you guys.
I gotta go AFK a second.
I will say his meeting and that like dinner banquet are happening at different times tomorrow. So like you don't have to pick one or the other.
Let's go over here the meeting first. Or if it's
The meeting is his meeting is first. It's like early evening, and then like 8-9 p.m. is like this fancy banquet.
yeah. We should probably like overhear his meeting and then try to contact Slanai.
Yeah, could work. I assume you guys are getting some rest now then.
Yeah. Post up Espy in the vents.
All right. I'll tell you now.
'Cause
You guys are not interrupted tonight.
Tonight.
tonight. Look, I'm not gonna say never. Anything's possible.
I would say probably Scorpio's like doing his like usual like evening like stretches and light workouts, and he's got like the music playing, and he's just like, and you just see him. He's like he's in his own head, and he's thinking about show, and then he's thinking about Dizzy, and the whole time it's like, and I imagine it's like you see him doing push-ups, and he's like, it's like it's like 91, 92, 93, and then all of a sudden an image of Dizzy pops into his head. 90, 90. Fuck, I lost count.
Suddenly something gets in the way of him leading his push-ups.
I can't get all the way down now. Angry yelling from the other room. All right. Excellent. So the next day, you guys are trying to go to his thing for over here. This meeting first. All the tabs. All right. So, you guys know that he is going to be headed to the Peachtree Lounge. That was the Peachtree Lounge thing I was telling you earlier about. How are we? Are we just going to the lounge? Are we spying? Are we using tech? What are we doing here? How are we approaching this this meeting?
So, wait, where is the meeting happening?
His meeting is happening at the Peachtree Lounge. Which, oh my god, of course I deleted that tab as soon as I need it. I think that's number 4? Let me double check. Oh, I was gonna say 7 and it was 7. I should have stuck with my original guess. Peachtree Lounge over here.
Is there like any events I can hide in to overhear this meeting? I'll take SB with me to watch my back. If you don't mind, Refine.
Actually, yes.
Yeah.
There is ventilation above
Fine.
this. It was kind of like an old factory area, so I would say there's definitely ventilation. It's kind of like this old factory space that's been converted into like a cutting edge mixology type of bar, like drinks and bubbles and all that crazy stuff.
I'll go in through the vents with SB just to eavesdrop on the conversation.
I'll send SB with him.
All right.
I keep worrying I'm just gonna run into LMR up
Give me
here.
a stealth check and then a perception check. Stealth is gonna be versus. He has his own perception check, and then his bodyguards also have one.
Okay. I'm blowing a channel point on that perception.
Okay. Stealth wise, they were close with a 33, but the noises of the bar at the Peachtree Lounge are covering, like, you maybe like hit your elbow slightly on a piece of metal, but doesn't carry down to them.
Let me reroll.
Oh yeah, go for perception.
Yeah, that was a 3. Much better.
33. Oh, that is way better. Okay. All right. So, over to my awareness notes. All right. So, you hear them talk. I'm gonna generalize a little bit here. Some of it's related, kind of supporting what you heard from those two mysterious Verthani individuals. Tolaris can't stand the idea of his conglomerate falling into Zelene's hands, and his steps to prevent this outcome include a lot of things. Everything from his unsuccessful efforts to have an heir, in addition to just being generally insufferable. He has rather unrealistic, stringent criteria to a romantic partner. And an alternate to that is he's taken expensive research into methods to extend his lifespan.
Send him to the same planet.
I will say, he, apart from those ideas, he seems to be getting stalled somewhat. This is like, honestly, a bit of a brainstorming session between him and his cronies. They're like trying to find a way to keep Lene's hands off his business permanently. And you even like kind of hear him say like, oh, like he would trade the White Wind in exchange to like ensure that happens.
So, that's interesting then. Sorry, I think I might be able to... What is the White Wind exactly? Is that...
The White Wind is it's another one of those like barges that you guys came in on. It's the one that has all the treasure for the auction.
Okay.
And in theory, like, you know, everything could be loaded onto the Golden Thread, the one you guys came in, or like if someone wins the auction, they could just take the White Wind.
Let's put a put in that for now.
But yeah, he seems like that level of desperate where he, like, you know,
He's willing to give up the entire auction just to get rid of her.
yeah, exactly.
I just don't know how we would do that without just murdering her.
I will say, like, yeah, that's pretty much all there is to overhear from their conversation.
And he, like, mentions of him looking for an unreasonable expectations for a partner. So you said, or
yeah. He so basically like two of his ideas like keep the conglomerate like for him only, like because the thing about Zlene, or sorry, Zlene, she's a witch weird. They're like basically immortal. Can live like centuries and centuries. So like, even if he's keeping her off for now, once he dies, she might just acquire the conglomerate anyway. So he's trying to think of a way to like fuck her over and have that never happen. And his ideas are either heir, but he's having a really hard time finding a romantic partner for that because his criteria are so stringent and he's an insufferable prick, or make himself immortal almost just to spite her.
Why doesn't he just try and kill her? Sorry, I know that that's not out of character. Just like,
well, I mean, in character, you guys know that like direct violence between these Callistocrats is like discouraged. Like this auction, it's expected and part of the auction that there's all this like illicit backroom deal shenanigans going on, kind of like what you guys have been doing. The expectation is that like you're not murdering people.
I mean, we could agree to murder her later for him if it gets him out of the auction. Although I'm kind of more interested in talking to her and getting him out of the auction. Like he's also mentioned like that he from that the only thing we really gathered is he's trying to find an heir and that he's trying to get rid of her is basically all we found out, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and
And
basically
extend his own life.
And extend his life.
basically like this really like he is truly desperate, like not to win this auction. That's not his main. His goal is just to fuck her over.
On the one hand, I would hate to like strike a deal with somebody so insufferable. On the other hand, desperation is useful.
Yeah.
the part of the question is she just as desperate as he is?
Yeah. I just think the path forward to get him out of the auction also gets her out of the auction. Like, if we find a way to get her out, it gets him out. But if we find a way that that only gets him out, that maybe still leaves her.
And then we still got
w-
Undine Lady to deal with.
We should go find out what she's about. Did we find out anything about her? Like, I think she was the most.
The only like concrete whereabout fact, she's staying in the guest quarters. She's like involved with that mining stuff, and that she is going to be at that ribbon dancing event 2 days before the auction. You could try to seek her out before that.
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
we want to? We might want to see her as soon as possible. Do we want to?
In terms of like you're posing as a Callistocrat prophet right now. You could potentially just like entreat her office for a meeting.
Yeah. And we still don't know anything other than getting back at I can never remember the elf guy's name.
Tolerinus.
Hilarious. Thank you.
Isn't that what we just overheard?
That's who we just overheard, yeah.
Yeah, so that's who we just overheard, but we don't know enough about what Zelenai's other motivations might be, what would get her to drop. From the Undine lady, we know that she's fiercely loyal to her friends. We were hoping we could dupe a communication to try and get her off station, kind of like what we did to the first guy.
Yeah.
Is what I remember from last time, anyways.
Fair.
Part of me kind of wants to know more about Zelenai, but I also know we don't have a lot of time to make some decisions on this.
Yeah. I kind of want to. Let's have me go as Estriar and go meet with her, just to figure out what's up with her. And then I think we take that picture of that covert pic of Elamar.
Mm-hmm. Somewheres.
Yeah.
And just like try to post it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's first? Just taking the picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, and kind of again, we would kind of go for like that. He'd be up in the distance and go for kind of that grainy conspiracy picture, UFO quality about it.
But good enough to know that it's probably Elamar.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. An interesting idea.
Maybe just like
where are you guys trying to pose it? Like he's in the background on a roof or like in a crowd?
yeah, like find like a nice like rooftop lounge somewhere,
Okay.
and then I'll set up on a building across the way, and then they'll take a selfie that captures like just barely like me in the background,
Yeah.
and
I
then
would
they'll post that
say-
to the infosphere just like
Ooh,
Without-
ooh, I'm good at taking selfies.
So you take a selfie. I would say give me like a disguise check. But I'm gonna say give it to me. Plus 10 joke aside, and then give it to me at a plus 5. For
is anyone-
games.
yeah
If needs be, I have channel points ready.
yeah, we may need them because I'm not great at disguise.
Yeah, I've got a number of channel points for him too.
Honest,
Or
why on our rolls tonight?
16 total. Up to you
Um,
guys if you want to roll that or not.
I think so. I mean, even yeah.
All right.
All right, I got you.
All right, cool.
Oh, ah! Alright.
fuck's sake.
Our dice tonight.
Here, since he did it, I think. I have to figure out how to refund it. I don't remember.
It's fine. We can apply it to something later on. I'm sure we'll need it.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Well, you have one banked. We'll know.
Given how we're rolling, probably need it on the next roll.
Good lord. All right. Cool. So it goes up to a 19. I mean, pretty blurry conspiracy pic. Dude in the background, good selfie in the foreground. Guys post that to like the local info sphere. Probably just whatever rooftop bar that is, like on their media page, like they encourage people to show, like, oh, like we're having fun at this bar. You guys do one of those, but LMR is like in the background. Well, you as LMR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. That gets posted, and then
And then a sniper shot rings out.
yeah, just domed immediately.
I look across the other way, and there's real LMR.
You go to take a selfie of yourself from that vantage point. He's in the background of your selfie.
Damn it.
We got selfieception there.
So are you guys trying to contact the Undine before you go to this dinner party tonight, or?
Let's save it for after.
Are we talking?
got days.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we gonna talk to this Lene, or what was the Undine ladies again?
Severana.
Severana.
I was talking about going to meet up with Selene to go try and get dirt from her.
You
But
can try
that
to
would,
contact
that would
her.
be after the dinner.
Yeah, well, I mean, today, like, from right now, it's 4 days before the auction right now. So and the third day, you guys don't have anything. It's only on the second and last day that's the ribbon dancing. So, third day is wide open.
Okay.
So you guys sound like you're going to the wining and dining first. You guys head to a private banquet that Estrier has a reservation for at the Prixie Mary, restaurant in the station. At the center of the banquet room, a long rectangular dining table is draped with a white tablecloth. A centerpiece of golden spun sugar adorns the middle, and place cards with names scribbled in elaborate calligraphy rest in front of each place setting. Several circular tables arranged throughout the rest of the room have identical place settings but no cards. Those already seated at the table all wear white clothing, including long gloves. The people seated at the circular tables periodically get up to check on them, and staff in black suits circulate through the room, carrying goblets of wine and other beverages to those who summon them. So basically, at the table, including a spot for Estrier, the main table is meant for 15 Callistocrat prophets. Their retinues are the ones staying at the circle tables.
All right, off to the kids' table with you.
Yep.
Banished to the kids' table.
Yeah, well, I don't care. Kids' table was more fun anyway. Yeah.
The waiters actively ignore you at the kids' table.
Just calming music in the background. Alright. As the guests kind of like chatters, murmur in the background, three of you are banished to the kids' table. As you guys take your seats, this meal is served in 3 individual courses, it looks like it's going to be, but before we get to that, give me a perception check. Okay. James is going to notice an extra thing with that. Scorpio tucking into the food.
I am still distracted
my
thinking
God.
of Show and Dizzy.
I rolled a 2.
You're like
Busy at the kitchen
shaping
table,
your
they don't
food
notice.
into like faces on your plate. James Wilco. First of all, you see that one of the Callistocrats here is Lene. She's here at this banquet. At the other end of the table from you, but here nonetheless. Additionally, you notice that a different woman is eyeing you. Another Callistocrat. You get it from here. You can, with that perception check, make out her like name placard that was showing her seat. This is someone named Moira, Moira. She seems to be staring at Estrier, aka you.
Is she giving me like fuck me eyes, or is she giving me like I'm planning your downfall eyes?
She's giving you
Or who are
like
you?
she wants to make a business deal eyes.
Okay.
Before we do that though, just so you guys know, there's 3 courses: a fish and tamarind soup, whole roasted Acatonian red squirrels marinated in lemon, and pomegranate coconut milk pudding. During all of this, I'm going to need you guys to attempt either a culture check or a perception check to maintain proper table etiquette.
Oh boy.
What was my culture better than my
Any
perception?
failure on this will induce diplomacy penalties, as the other attendees will view you as rather uncouth,
All right.
Include for the retinues as well.
including the retinues.
All right. Well, perception's better because at least it doesn't have a penalty, but I'm just rolling straight off the die.
All right. Oh my
All
gosh.
right, 16.
That's a 2
Those
and
are
a
still
3.
fails. I'll tell you that.
Well, James has passed so far.
Ah.
Oh my god,
my
you guys
food's
are
here.
like the
You're back.
worst table at the party. You see some of the other retinue tables looking over like at your circle
Just like,
table, just kind of like,
what-
ugh.
what- Yes, Scorpio's confused. And he's like, "Why they give us so many forks? You only need one."
So any bluff, diplomacy, any social shit the other three of you guys try during this interaction is gonna be at a -2 penalty.
Okay.
27. You didn't like critically succeed it. There is like a second threshold, James, but you did succeed. You're not taking any penalties on this. With that check done, what's the play? What are you guys doing? What's the play here? Like, this woman's eyeing you. So Lene's at the party. And you got like a full 3-course meal.
I feel like Shaw is still fairly uncertain of himself. I think he's mostly just trying to listen, rather than necessarily. He knows he's out of his depth in this kind of environment. I don't think he's going to necessarily engage folks in conversation directly. But I would
Okay.
definitely like to
Yeah.
make like my kind of perceptions, like at least kind of read the room, just try and see what I hear.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the same thing with Scorpio. He kind of sees how everybody's looking at him, and he doesn't want to say anything because, after his little thing about that thing he said about the forks, is just something he sort of said mumbling under his breath. It's like, so many forks. It's like, what do you do with a small one anyway?
All right, guys. Yeah, you guys can try to listen in on other people.
Sorry, I just got back. Food got here.
No, you're good. They're just they are not talking to him. They're just gonna try to listen in on the party. I was just asking like, what's our plans for? I mean,
Fucking
their
roll.
plan is they're all listening. What is fake Estria doing?
The woman who's looking at me, like, where is she seated?
She's like 2 seats down from you.
I'll sort of nod to her. Maybe wait for the in between courses to go talk.
Oh, you kind of wait for she like recognizes your nod, and you wait till after the fish soup course is like done, and head over to her. And she basically like, Esther, I was hoping now might be a good time to discuss our potential deal.
You'll have to remind me on the specifics again.
give me a diplomacy check. Just tell her that.
Damn it. Anyone have any channel points at the ready?
Oh Jesus!
Oh,
I have one.
we
I
have
have one
One
here.
bank.
Yeah, we have
Yeah,
one.
we have one bank.
I-
We just spent it.
Yeah,
Can
you
I
have one bank.
Could I argue for bluff? Or is it only
Yeah, you can do a
diplomacy?
bluff check.
Oh, thank God.
That is a success. She kind of chuckles. She's like, "Oh, Estria, look, you know that my silk wholesaler business is. Well, I was hoping we could seal the deal in our negotiations tonight. I could send over the paperwork, maybe sweeten the deal. My associate bought me these to hand out. She holds like a little box of like fine calligraphy pens to like commemorate the signing. You think easily worth like 500 credits, like fucking gold inlaid ivory pens. She's like, I suppose if you don't want to sign the deal, though, I could take my business, like examining her nails, like to one of your other competitors.
I mean, it is an inconvenient time. The auction is fast approaching.
Oh, but think of the potential future profits. This is an investment.
Did you happen to have the terms on hand with you?
You see, she kind of like sends over like a copy of it on your data pad, and she also has like a paper copy of it to sign with those pens.
And what is the?
If you have like a profession, I guess your only profession, bounty hunter. I would say make like either a culture check or a sense motive check as you go over like the terms of this contract.
Yeah.
You don't see anything like hidden clause or anything. It seems to genuinely be a deal where like if Estrier is funding, I mean really this might just fuck over like real Estrier. Like if Estrier funds some of her like silk wholesale stuff, he's gonna get like a big percentage of the profits.
I mean, might potentially be a good deal for him.
I mean, judging from this, it seems at least like a decent deal. Not like amazing, but definitely not bad.
I'll take one of the calligraphy pens and sign Estrier's name.
Beautiful.
Like, fuck it, what do I care? It's not my money. Sign them up for all the gay dating sites too.
All the newsletters. Okay. I would say give me one last bluff check as she looks down. She's like, "Oh, changed up your signature a little bit since last time."
Got that reroll bang.
Yeah, I'm a do.
Okay.
For God's sake.
Oh my god!
Yes, I had a little bit of problem with counterfeiters trying to replicate my signature. I've had to swap it up recently.
She kind of frowns and looks over. Yeah, she doesn't really believe. She doesn't seem like she believes that. She's just like, you didn't prosecute the counterfeiters? I'd imagine you'd want to keep your own fancy signature.
Unfortunately, they were never found.
Uh-huh.
Well, if the physical signature isn't adequate, you can always just send them to me digitally. I can sign
She,
them
like,
later.
rolls up the papers like, I think I'll be doing that. I hope you enjoy the enjoy the next course. She like walks back to her seat.
I'll send a message to Real SGR and say, hey, you're gonna get a deal. Back me up, bro.
You send that off into the drift. She did fly away already, but it's on its way. The good news is at least if she sends it to him, that'll also take a few days.
I would say, like, between courses, I'll lean over to Shaw and say, like, Shaw, do you have any idea what this little fork is for? I've got no fucking clue.
I think it's either for salads or desserts. I don't know. I'm out of my
Those
depth
are, like,
here.
two completely different things. How are we supposed to know?
You
You know,
look
they
up
really
and
are-
someone's like angrily looking at you from the other table.
So
They ought to label these things.
Just like Scorpio, play it cool. Play it cool.
Right. And then he picks up whatever alcoholic drink he had and just chucks it down.
All right.
Starting to think more and more that Shaw and Scorpio might be on outside if things get loud duty at the next one of these formal events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when all is done, are you guys doing anything about Zlene at this dinner?
I might try to do the same thing, Flagger, after the next course.
Okay. Yeah, you wait till the squirrel course is all done. Uh, is that what you're gonna do?
Is it not a next course or?
Yeah. The next course ends with the squirrel course. You can go up to her. What do you say as you walk up to the witch weird?
Good evening. Or good afternoon. I don't know what fucking time it is.
It's evening. It's an evening banquet.
Okay.
She looks up. And she's like very like quiet, whispery voice, just like, "Hello, Estria. I trust you are enjoying the banquet."
Indeed. Are you looking forward to the upcoming auction?
She kind of inclines her head. She's like holding a drink in one of her four hands. Two of the others like fold their fingers together as she looks at you from behind the mask. I am quite looking forward to it, thank you. There's a lot of very valuable items on the auction block, and if I could fly away with the white wind, I'm sure it'd be a lovely feather in my cap.
Is that really what you're interested in? Or is there someone you're interested in?
Ooh.
I assume he's not here at the moment.
Tolerinus is notably not here at the banquet.
Well, was he meant to be here and he just didn't show up?
You didn't see any like name cards for him. There's enough
certain
Calistocrat prophets
elf?
on the station that like not everyone's gonna be at every event.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's a hell of a statement you made. Give me a I think this one is a diplomacy check, honestly. Not bluff.
God damn it.
Come on, boss.
It's about as good as I do.
Yeah, not even a reroll is not going to do much there.
Yeah. God, we sucked at diplomacy.
We need a
18,
face
okay.
real bad.
Does anyone have it as a career skill?
Technically, yes, but I only get a +2, and I'm a soldier. I don't invest in charisma too much.
She kind of slowly blinks. Keeping a very calm exterior. Well, that's true. There are other prophets that I am less kindly towards than most. But I assume, as you are one to uncouthly bring things to attention sometimes, that you refer to that elf. Is that the case?
Yes. What would be more ideal for you? Riding off in the White Wind or screwing him over?
Seeing
And
Tolerinus. Go ahead.
Fuck, I should have said I recorded it at the time, but I didn't. Anyway.
You brought Aspia, and Aspia is a camera that's on most of the time when she's not near me. I don't know if there's a recording of it, but
I'd say just do like a flat luck check. Give me a D100. See if we had any of that on recording. If you were
Well,
to
comes the
kind of
next
catch
one.
that over like the bar sounds. I think I'm at 23. Nothing really definitive. It's hard to get like a clean line over the background noise. You at least get enough. You can like hear Tolerinus's voice talking about Zlene in the recording. Do you still play that for her?
No.
Okay.
Although, like, I think I had asked her a question without, and then just sidetracked.
You're good.
I had said, what would she be more interested in, sailing off in the White Wind or
Yeah.
forwarding his
screwing him
schemes?
over.
Because he seems very interested in screwing you over.
Oof.
His had overheard him
She-
talking to his cronies.
She would say, she's like, the White Wind is a hell of a haul, and would benefit me greatly. The only way to really get back at Salernus would be, well, a hostile takeover of his conglomerate. That is too large to do myself, and quite frankly, unless you're offering to buy an equally large number of shares as I would, I don't think we would achieve a majority to fire him from his own board.
Given this auction goes well, would STR have enough money to do that?
Does Estrier have enough money to, like, join her in that scheme?
Yeah.
Probably not at the moment.
If the auction goes well.
If the auction goes well and you guys give him the promised cut, then more than likely that would bring him up enough to be able to do it.
And there is a benefit to buying, like doing a hostile takeover. Like that does get him a good share of a company.
Yeah, that's certainly like a good thing for him to have. Like you very likely he would want like a large control of that company. It's a profitable venture. That's why they were fighting it over so much.
Well, at the moment, I don't think I'd be able to do that. But let's say, you step away from the auction. I've already made plans. And if those plans go well, I'd be more than willing to join you with that.
Ooh. I feel like this, I could let it count as a bluff because it's not really your money and stuff here. Yeah, give me a bluff check.
It's not bad.
That is not bad, and it is in fact the requisite 27 for dealing with her on certain checks.
Ooh, nice.
She seems very intrigued by this idea. Not all the way won over yet, but leans back in. And it's like, what would the timeline of this be? I suppose I could commit my liquid wealth to this scheme. If I did so, I wouldn't be able to participate in the auction. Do you have any guarantee that you would have enough to support the rest of the venture?
I have a plan. The funds will not be an issue.
Can you give me another bluff check?
Anyone have channel points at the ready?
Yup.
All right.
Yeah, I still got a few
Send it.
Yeah.
on the way.
Yeah. God damn it.
It's very close. She seems to kind of lean back a little bit. She's like, not all the way gone yet, but she's like, I don't know that I can commit to something like that on such vagary. I must admit the chance to screw over that stupid elf is tempting.
Everyone knew who was going to be, for the most part, going to be at this auction, right? The actual players. Like they knew of each other, right?
Like the individuals who are participating knew of the other individuals participating?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. For the most part, yeah. You guys are
I
like
would-
slower on it because like you're not actually Callistocrats.
Right. I would mention to her, like, have you noticed how the number of those at the auction has already decreased by 2 already? It will not be.
Ooh.
It will not be a huge task to get rid of him as well.
That is a good line. Yeah, I mean it's not entirely the truth reason. I'll allow one more bluff check on this, even though I feel like it's closer to a diplomacy. I will say with the previous having one success tier on already at 26 is just barely enough.
The DM is merciful.
Yeah.
This part of the AP is merciful.
I feel like the DM is merciful for the fact that we are all just uncharismatic.
You
Yeah, I
guys, you
think-
guys chose this. That's not on me.
I might take a look at Envoy.
Or maybe like a or they at the very
Multi-class
least
and an
are-
envoy, just a fucking charismatic bounty hunter.
or at the very least a charisma implant.
That too. I already have a fucking Mark II implant from just YOLOing on the water planet.
Yeah, for real. She very well. I will buy a minority stock share in his conglomerate, and I expect you to follow forthwith. But be warned, Estriar. Not holding up your end of the deal would be unwise.
Don't worry. I'll, as soon as the funds have cleared, I will be purchasing those stocks. And as I walk away, I just quickly pull out the phone again. SGR, you may have to buy another company as well after this is over.
I mean, to be fair, we're giving him acquisitions into 2 very profitable business ventures. We're already
Yes.
like giving him big investments here.
All right. She goes back to dinner, but with the knowledge that she will drop out of this to liquidate her assets pretty soon.
Do I know if a sudden, like, it looks like somebody's trying to do like a hostile takeover of her company, would that be enough for him to start like getting off the station as well, or is he just gonna?
Would that get the other guy off the station?
Yeah.
Potentially. Might piss him off enough.
Maybe we start a rumor that not only her but some other players are looking at doing a hostile takeover.
Maybe we send him after the guy who's already left.
Make it seem like that's the reason he left. Like he found a like
Found
he's
the-
plotting to do this.
He's found the longevity. Maybe that's the thing. If they have found a key to longevity, he wants to leverage the biotech company to make use of it.
Like him finding that tech, and he's like he's found the tech, and now he's trying to like leverage that. And
Well, I don't think he would. I think because he wouldn't have even reached the planet yet at this point. I don't think, anyways. So we could say that he may perhaps he's made these preparations. We can figure out the details after dinner, but at the same time, it's just one of those things. I think maybe there's a way we pin this on him and send more people after this wild goose chase that we started earlier.
we send him to a random planet, and now there's like 20 people after him.
and then a bunch of them wondering, wait a minute, I thought Edge Corp was supposed to be here. To be fair, I feel like this kind of stuff tends to happen around these auctions and what have you. If you get had, you get had.
I mean, you know that is like the vibe of the auction. It's expected.
And
It's yet
yet,
one person who we've managed to deal with like diplomatically,
yeah,
properly.
Well, you guys will get some XP for convincing her to do this and back out of the auction.
3 down.
Specifically, 1,200 again.
All right. So 38,725 is the new total.
And with that XP, I think it's a good place for us to pause right now. I'll come back after a quick break. Use the bathroom.
Ugh. God, Ben, this part of the campaign's giving me so much freaking anxiety.
Hey, look, it's called the long con. It's meant to give you anxiety, this part.
only person left in the auction.
Oh, I bid $1.
I don't
might
think
be a
that's gonna
minimum
fly.
I have a distinct feeling Aline Rysora is going to be waiting for us there.
Mm-hmm.
But even if we get the auction down to 2 or 3 of them, that's still much better odds than dealing with 6 or 7 bidders.
Wouldn't it be hilarious if we did all this legwork and we got to the auction and we just failed every diplomacy check for the bids?
Oh, why would you put that out there?
It's gonna happen.
How dare you? How dare you say something that's possibly true?
And we just leave the auction.
It's better honest about what's likely outcome
Honestly,
than to pretend.
yeah. Honestly, let me look at something real quick.
All right. Got a new flavor ice cream this week. It's Summer Berry Swirl.
That does sound good. I also somehow forgot to get my water bottle. I was up and meant to do that. I'll be right back.
Yep. It's vanilla with strawberry and blueberry jam. Let's roll in. It's very
So,
good.
James, I have. So you have currently a Mark II ability enhancer, right? And you went for intelligence.
Yeah.
If I front you the 1400, you want one for charisma?
I mean, it would only bump it up by like 1.
That's fair. There's got to be something we can do to help
Alright.
get improved the
Back with
diplomacy.
water.
Yeah, my coffee's ready.
Excellent.
Got to be something. Sorry, I'm gonna go combing through the archives and see what I can find.
Something that will give it like temporary levels in
Something
charisma.
like
Or
so diplomacy
diplomacy.
or
Oh
something.
man, this
yeah.
one item gives you 4 levels of temp envoy. It's crazy. But what's the next play after the dinner party?
So the dinner party's done. There was only the one check.
Yeah. You're all good.
So this is a little bit expensive, but if we pool our money, we might be able to do this. If we basically, so I was looking, one of the items that we have here is couture clothing, and it would be basically something very special. It would be very Callistocrat, but it'd be 5,000. But for doing that, it'd give you a +2 on bluff, diplomacy, and intimidate checks when interacting with individuals who recognize the value of the garments as determined by the GM. So we'd have to pool money to do it, but that might help give you a little bit of extra oomph on that. But
I've got a good amount of money. I've got like about 2,500 total, so I can throw in whatever you feel is
I've
whatever
got
you feel I need to.
2,200,
How much
There's
is it?
and I can throw in-
5,000. I got 2,000 as well.
I
Go
can
ahead.
contribute 14 whole credits.
The
Holy
other
fuck. That's one better than
the other-
13.
The other one I've found, for whatever it's worth, is there's also, quote, the improvisation adornment, which is we could only probably afford a Mark 1, but it would be, while wearing this item, if you fail a bluff, culture, diplomacy, intimidate, or sense motive check, as a reaction, you can re-roll and take the better result. You can only benefit from it once per 24 hours, and that's 1,400 or 1,800 credits. So it'd be a free reroll without having to burn all of our channel points once per day.
I feel like the play is we stretch this out to like 12 sessions and just bank up channel points.
It's like, oh, look at all these crazy side quests we could go.
Like we're going hour by hour, just doing random shit.
Make me role play like literal real time conversations with every interaction.
Woof.
It's either that or we try to gain a level by killing some mobs. Because how far off are we?
A long way.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to kill Elamar then.
Let's go yeah, let's go kill Elamar. He's probably worth a good few thou.
Jeez.
I mean, that was a
Have we heard anything back about the computer systems?
From them? No, but it's been like a day, so they're gonna probably contact you on the morrow.
Okay.
Also, on the
Uh-huh.
morrow is maybe the best joke in Adventure Time. I don't know if you guys watch that show, but there's a part where Finn and Jake are talking. Finn's like, "Oh, it's fine. Princess Bubblegum said she'd be like back on the morrow. Like we have like a whole day to figure this out." And he's like, "No, you idiot. She's gonna come back on the morrow. Her pet eagle, which is just named the Morrow." Fucking love it. All right. Anything else you guys are trying to do after this banquet? It is pretty late at night, but if there's shenanigans.
None for me.
Well, I think maybe feeling like he's missing show, Scorpio would just be sort of like eyeballing, seeing if there's any places doing karaoke.
Give me a culture check.
All right, sure. Let's see if this will actually work out for me for once.
It works out. It turns
Four.
out to be an ambush.
You ask a few people about like potential karaoke places, and they all seem like a little bit affronted that like that is just too lower class to be on the Fortune's Heart.
Scorpio gets an additional bounty from all the people here. They just want him to go.
They just put one on him. Yeah, like this fucking peasant needs to die.
He'll just like roll his eyes, just bite his lip, still resisting the urge to say anything. Once again, I'm like, I'm gotta keep cover, gotta keep cover.
All right. So you guys got that. All right. All right. Zlene will depart that evening. On the third day. You would receive basically a call from his aide, Luxorana Civ. I have some information that could be of use. You wanted to know more pertaining to the computer systems, is that correct?
Yep. Would be done.
Very well. Well, for one, on a hardware level, if you could find the right juncture box in the auction house, perhaps a jamming charge at the proper moment could interrupt the transfer of funds and spoof some sort of control. The alternative that we had seen a weakness in the system would be using the ident code of a different bank account, as you had thought. If you're able to act quickly, you could try to make it appear as though those funds are in Estrier's account. You would just have a very small window where you'd have to make sure the authentication codes are correct before they send you the codes to the White Wind.
You know what would be amazing? If we stole Eileen's funds somehow to buy the stuff from the auction.
That'd be funny.
Like, not only do we get away, but we spend her money to do it.
Would be glorious.
That would be a hell of a fuck you.
I actually really like that idea. I do.
How do
the
we?
idea?
The
It-
trick
Once
is
again,
getting
it's an
to-
idea I like. Can we do it though?
Yeah,
That's
that's the
the thing.
problem. I love the boldness though.
That's dude. That is some audacity, I must say. Oh my goodness. Okay. So that is a very interesting plan. Keep that in mind. This is the next morning. Are you guys also still trying to go with your plan of seeking out the Undine?
Yeah.
One other thing before we do. Is Wilco interested in either of those two items? If you're the improvisation item, I can actually front you the funds for. The other we'd have to save up for. One is just a flat bonus. The other gives you a single free reroll per day without having to use channel points.
I feel like we're just gonna be using all of our channel points for those rolls. Because what are the DCs again?
For
So it's a possible of like 18 to 22. I have
On the bid.
I have a grand total of 3 in diplomacy.
I don't know if are the bids a diplomacy check. We don't know. I guess.
the
We'd have to, like-
bids are. I mean, if you want to. Sorry, excuse me.
If
There
we
is
can
a
find
very
out how the
mechanical process with the bids. There are multiple
So-
roles that you guys can adopt, and then DCs that you'll be rolling.
we could try to like computers or engineering the bids.
But basically, you can do stuff like be the bidder, be the analyst, be a distraction, be a hacker, be an observer, be a persuader.
Okay, so we
All
got
of these
option.
would be using like different checks to make the bid DC happen. Because you saw the bid DCs like that 18 to 22. So like, let's say you were the analyst looking at the competition, that player would be making sense motive checks. If you're the persuader, you could be using like intimidate checks to bully other buyers.
How are you guys at intimidate?
My intimidate's not terrible. It's a +5. I mean, it's better
Well-
than most of my other social skills.
Honestly,
Mine's
if we have-
+5 as well.
We should have one of you guys do the intimidate, and then me and Refine can do a mix of like computers, and I can try some sense motive.
All right, I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
I would like to try and get SB to the right hardware spot to be able to hack and jamming charge as needed.
Yeah. Definitely.
As like a fail safe, just be like, okay, jam it, and then
Yeah.
we take the code and run to the ship and
Run like cowards.
run like hell.
Yeah,
Also,
that sounds
Sounds
like,
about
like
right
our
for you
kind of
guys.
thing. Yep.
also, I think Scorpio. I think Sherlock. I think how about? I think I think you would be our distraction.
I ain't sure. I can be distracting. And I just say, "Hey, over here! Look at me! I'm a distraction."
So
I mean, that's
Just
how you
stri-
could do that.
Just streak naked through the auction.
honestly, even just going through in his purple people eater outfit in that place will do the job.
It's like, as you suggest that Scorpio, running naked. It's like Scorpio's thinking about it. You could tell he's genuinely considering it, and he's like, "I mean, come on, look at me. Look at me. I mean, look, I've got 2 people interested in me, and look, who wouldn't want all this?"
So before we meet with Severana, which of those items would you be interested in for the remaining meetings, James? Since you're kind of stuck being our face for this.
Maybe the inspiration thing.
Okay. So I'll front you that. So it's 1,800 credits is the only. I don't. There's another one that the next level one's 8,400. I don't think we have that between the 4 of us. So I'll front you the 1,800. So it's a Mark 1. I'll shoot you the link. It's a Mark 1 improvisation adornment. Also fits in nice and thematically, I think, with this AP.
I mean, yeah. I think it would certainly be the type of item that Calistocrats would sell in the station. So if you have the funds, go for it.
Yeah. As much as I'd like to get you the Mark II for a second free reroll, I don't think we have that that amount of money.
Gotcha.
We had already used one of our resources to do the.
Like called in his favor. I think you guys did the favor already, yeah.
What
we did.
favors remain to us?
Let me scroll back up. You guys did the credit one. I think you guys already did a computers check for them.
Yeah.
Provide information, I think you guys did already. And so you haven't done, I don't think you did the one that has improved the attitude of one indifferent or unfriendly NPC on the station by 2 steps. And you haven't done the one that was create a distraction that causes one room on the station to be empty for 1 hour.
Let's try to improve the attitude of Severana.
Oh, interesting.
Oh,
She does have a starting attitude of indifference. That would function. So you guys calling that one in?
Yeah.
I would say honestly, if you do that, like that might we'll say that counts for the DCs of like you guys trying to go get a meeting with her. Like she will happily invite you to her room at this point.
He is fiercely loyal to her friends. Let's become her friends.
I mean, if she's starting at indifferent, I think that bumps her up to friendly. Let's see. Bumps her up to helpful. Fair enough. All right. In that case, you would get a message from her pretty shortly afterward, with like her room number on it, like her suite, inviting you guys to come talk.
All right.
And I'll move us to. I assume you're going as Estrier.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna move us back to that suite map because they are like this. There's the same layout, like hotel rooms, basically.
Before we do this, what are we gonna try? Are we basically hoping to go with her to the ribbon dance event so that we can more easily get at her comm and fake the transmission? What are we thinking?
Ooh.
So wait, fake the transmission for what?
Well, because we were thinking, I know our original idea was to see if we could fake a transmission from a friend of hers and see that they need her help immediately off station.
I'm thinking we'll join her there, and right now I want to see what her intentions are. Like, what is she hoping to get out of the auction? Maybe we could work together, or maybe like we planned before, we do the.
Yeah, we've tried. Yeah, because I think she has the mining interest. I think she also wants that data core, which I think would put us at cross purposes. I think is the problem.
Yeah.
But let's find out. If you want to, can't hurt to take the measure of her.
Very well. Sorry, excuse me.
No, I just wanted to check in to make sure to see what we were thinking before we went in.
Oh yeah.
It's all good.
I think Shaw will wait outside. I think Shaw will wait outside. Wow.
Do we think it would be possible to copy the data core?
The one that the Verthani want?
Yeah, the mining one.
Duplicate the information.
Possible.
Give it to both them and Sephiroth.
I think it would be because of the necessitated expediency of that. It would be a computer's check because you'd be trying to basically make like a very fast transfer without like corrupting any data.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, certainly possible.
Well, it's an option to consider.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Any other? You said you're staying outside. Who's knocking and going into her chambers?
I will.
Makes sense.
I guess I'll go as well.
I have
Yeah,
like
and I think-
Estrier's token there as well, just to pretend to be you.
So
I
I
think
think
sort
I
of
have
like-
the second highest charisma of stuff with bluff 10. Which is
It's sort of-
effectively bluff. Well,
Sorry.
no, sorry.
It's like I think to sort of keep up the appearances, like with I'll just sort of like stand on the other side of Shaw, and we'll just sort of act like the door guard.
Yeah, we're close by. I think Shaw, after the door closed to Shaw, looks over. Is like, all this form. Do you have family all about the same level of formal business?
Well, that really depends on who you're talking to. Shotzi is kind of interesting. Like she's sort of found a way to like balance the whole thing. Like can she can be just as ruthless like in a fight that she can be in the boardroom. And in a way, I think that's probably why, now that I think about it, that's probably why they don't want, it wouldn't surprise me if that's why board members want me to take over instead of her, because maybe they figured that because, well, Shaw, I'm not sure if you noticed, but I don't really have a lot of high-level business acumen.
Yeah.
Honestly, I like her.
Well, I mean, look,
Incredible.
I'll tell you what I told the other guy. You want to shoot your shot, that's all you. I'm not gonna stand in your way.
What does she look like again?
We got her in the
Which-
handouts here.
The Severana?
No, Shotzi.
Shotzi.
Oh, Shotzi. Yeah, hold on. I think it's in book 2 when I added the handout. Yeah, there we go.
I meant more of like a personality thing.
Well, I'd say the thing is, like, when
It's
I've
like a
made her in
cold-hearted
here,
merc tycoon.
I'll tell you this. When I was making the mini in Hero Forge, I had the song from Cake Short Skirt Long Jacket playing, and that's where I kind of got the idea for the outfit.
I feel like people who want you in charge want someone they feel like they can manipulate.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
An intriguing thought.
But it's also the thing, and where the way it's always worked though is that it's always the oldest child who takes over the business. But the weird thing is, we're twins, but the thing is, I'm technically older by about 5 minutes.
Enough to matter.
Older but not wiser.
And he doesn't say anything, but you see him. He tries to glare at you. If I had to tell you what, let me see how good my glare is. I'm gonna roll intimidate here.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong.
14.
Eh.
No.
There's a hint of malice.
Anyways.
All right. So you're walking in.
Yeah.
All right. As you enter the room, where's my notes?
So Shaw's also just gonna be, again, perception, eyes, ears out for, like, he's still distinctly aware that Elamar's around somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. The living room of this guest suite looks much like yours, or aka Estrier's, although data pads and holographic displays clutter the table and desk. A well-dressed woman with Shinta-like features and blue skin sits on a couch facing the front door. A small round table and chairs arranged in front of her. Atop the table sits a steaming teapot, along with several teacups and a plate of almond-scented baked goods. "Welcome," Severana says, gracefully gesturing a white-gloved hand to the array on the table. "Please, have a seat. Help yourself. I think
Did he
we have
smell like
business to discuss."
Did these smell like almonds because they're almond cookies, or do they smell like almonds because they have cyanide in them?
Give me a natural science or physical science check. You're pretty sure because they're just almonds. Refine, you're confident that it's almonds, not arsenic.
What?
So do you eat any of it, or do you just take the seat?
I'll take a cookie.
Okay. You start munching on that. And so you're interested in this auction as well. I would like to hear your thoughts on it. As she's saying this to you, Shaw and Scorpio, give me a perception check.
All right.
There we go.
Okay. Refine and James, give me a perception check.
Oh God.
It's Almar in the fucking vents, isn't it?
All right. Going over to Shaw first. Shaw, as you're scanning the hallways, you see a brief black blur of motion coming from around that corner, and hear like a slight scuffing of feet on the floor. What do you do?
So Shaw's going to motion to. He's not going to say anything, but he's going to motion to look at Scorpio, motion at his comm, and say, company, and just not say anything out loud, not out loud, but just like sending you text the others. And then I'm going to start.
All right.
I'm going to unholster my weapon and start moving around the corner.
Right. So Scorpio will stay here by the door. As he does with his right hand, he'll unholster his hand cam, but keep it aimed downward at his side. And with the other, he'll take out his communicator and just text to the others. Just 2 words. He'll say, "Someone's outside."
So Shaw kind of go around the corner.
I'm gonna pull SP to a vent. Just like going up into the vents.
Which vents? In the bathroom?
Where are the different vents located?
Hey, there's like air
Do I
vents
know?
going into
I think
all
I
these
know,
rooms.
'cause we
It's like
have a
air
similar
conditioned.
The ones visible not in the bathroom, but in the main room. Just,
Okay. Shaw, give me another perception check. And James got a 32. James, what you notice is that while Refine's sending it up, the robot up into the vents, the other two are moving around, scanning the hallways. You see the chair across from you shift slightly.
Ooh, motherfucker.
What do you
I'm
do?
gonna send a quick message to Refine to tell her have SB block the vent. He's in here.
Do we get that?
alright. SP's just gonna
you-
sit
Um,
in
give
the
me
vents.
a perception check as he's sending that, Shaw.
I already just rolled one a second
Oh, did
ago.
you?
It was
Oh,
21.
sorry. You see a small black device pinned to the wall.
Is it an explosive?
No, it appeared to be a hologram projector. And as you receive that text, you realize that what you saw was probably not real. And as his invisibility
Ooh.
fades, you see he nudged this chair
But
on
before
his way over here. And you
Before
see him, like, go ahead.
But before, like, he's turning invisible now. Before he does that, can I just whip around and just sort of point my point my hand finger gun style at him?
Well, you
If he's
saw the
turning
chair move
visible.
over here. He's appearing over here. But I would say, knowing that he's going to, you can, like, kind of, like, hear his cloaking stuff power down, like whatever invisibility potion he was using. You, like, point your finger, but you look at he has his gun leveled at Severana. He's going to take a shot, and we'll roll for initiative.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Uh,
About to get framed.
Let me clear the order really quick.
If we have channel points, I might try to beat him on initiative. Just so I can...
We love to see it. And I'll pop up his art one more time for the fun of it.
Yay! I finally got something decent on initiative.
Come on, Shaw, come on. Oh, no. I mean, it makes sense. He distracted me.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not bad for me.
Alright, Elamar, and then I'll roll her into initiative as well. What is Severana's bonus? Weirdly, that was the exact. I just looked up and she got the exact same as James. But you
If it
definitely
matters,
saw
but-
it before her, and I think she's kind of caught unawares, so she'll probably lose around here.
Shit.
So he is gonna make this shot. You see that he is holding a rifle, which he is going to attempt a trick attack with her. And that is gonna definitely be a hit. Oh lord, this is gonna be... I gotta use the roller for this. Is that math right?
Does he look about as armored as I am, usually?
What's your AC right now?
19 on both.
She like tries to jump back, her chair clattering, and takes a shoulder wound. Looks like it did a devastating amount of health. She's not bloodied, but that was a good fucking amount. Seeing that you guys are engaged in close quarters, you see that he kind of tosses the rifle on the couch, and his arms, like, he flicks them and, like, quick draws. He's holding a switchblade in one hand and what looks like some sort of silenced pistol in the other. Scorpio.
All right. Just to make sure I'm not metagaming, do I hear that stuff going on inside?
I would
Sorry, go
I
ahead.
would have sent you a text beforehand. And was his shot suppressed at all?
His sniper shot? Yes, it was.
Okay, but I did manage to get a text off to them, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, him delaying you guys enough. You rolled an initiative. Him delaying you enough was like he got to make this shot happen, no matter what.
All right. So I'll just go ahead, do. In and I'll say, like, as soon as I walk in, I see him, I'll raise the hand cannon and I'll go ahead and take a shot at him.
Whew. You see, like, tries to duck to the side, but you do wing him with that. He staggers a little bit, kind of cocking his helmet
Alright.
to the side.
All right, so I'll go ahead and pop this up now, just so I don't forget. But now I finally got this here. It's a very specific thing, but now I'm hoping that I can do on my next turn, if it works out, opening volley here. So I'm next turn. I have to do a melee attack in here, but if I do, I get a +2 circumstance bonus to the attack roll. But that'll be for next turn. I do have a little bit of movement, and I want to leave room for Sean to get in, so I'll just go ahead and pop. Tell you what. I'll tell you what. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Tell you what. I'll just sort of move. Yeah, this will be my movement here, just so I can give cover to our new friend here. You see, I said, get down, and that'll do.
She seems like surprised. She sees you burst in, but like this whole situation is throwing her off. James, here's a question for you. Are you fighting looking like Estrier, or do you drop that?
I would drop it at this point.
In that case, I'm just going to move his token the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Continue.
And I'm going to... I wouldn't have had my rifle assembled, so all I have is the pistol. But I am going to triple attack him.
Oh, interesting.
Just spam the
20,
hammer.
16, 23. Miss. The 23. That'll connect, though. For 21. Beautiful. Do you get the snipe damage on your pistol?
Oh, fuck no. God damn it.
As
but
soon as I
it's-
said 21, I was like, wait, that's crazy. There's no way.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Yeah, I'll just roll again without
The good news is he is also not going to get snipe damage on his pistol.
it's a whole 6.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I was like, holy fuck, what pistol is he using?
Wait, do you get anything to damage with that just attack rolls for specialization?
You get the specialization damage roll. You
So
get
what
you get half your level.
Half my level is
4.
Oh, okay, so add
So
1 to
10.
that.
Oh,
So I
so
have
1. Well, no, is that in addition to what you already have, or no? You have the specialization added. Never mind.
I forgot to add a. It was at a +3, so I forgot to add 1 point of damage.
Gotcha.
All right. Adding that in. Okay. It's gonna be her. She is fully surprised what's going on, so she's gonna skip that turn. So it's gonna go to Espy.
Right. Espy is going to kind of stay in the entrance to the vent. And then she's gonna shoot at him. think
That is
that does it,
not
does
gonna
it?
hit EAC.
Oh.
I'm stealing his fucking armor.
I'm stealing his fucking armor.
I'm stealing all his fucking trip after this fight.
Wait till you see his
Take it.
rifle.
Oh god.
It's the don't get
I
too
might-
excited. It's not that much
if-
crazier than yours.
Well, if his is better than yours, I might ask for yours, James.
Just pass it down. Wait, which one are you using, James?
Yeah.
I actually have 2. I have a Diasporan that does 2d8, but I also have the Shadow Assassin Rifle that does 2d6, but it's very geared towards stealth.
Gotcha. Okay. Beautiful. So what did we? Yeah, sorry. Continue.
So that was it for SB. Um. For me, I assume you use a move action as a standard action in Starfinder?
Yes. Or wait,
So
what
if I have
save?
something that because I can do it as
A
a
move action. Are you saying like can
as
you
a
double
move
move?
action. Can I move action? No. Can I move and then do something that says as a move action you can do such and such instead of a stand?
No, not usually. Well, it depends on the action.
What?
So there are exceptions, but usually no.
Okay.
I'll
All
double
right.
check, so I want to make sure I'm not.
In
Actions can always be downgraded. So a standard action can be used as a move action. A move action can be used as a swift action.
case,
So yes, you would be able to use your
Um,
standard action to do anything that could be done with a move action. So yes, you can.
I'm going to move here, trying to again get a little bit in the way of him getting to her, and then is she wearing armor?
She is wearing I think she's wearing light armor. Let's see.
Light armor?
No, I mean, she's wearing armor under those fancy clothes. She hasn't activated its special ability yet, but yes, she is wearing armor.
Cool. And I'm gonna use Miracle Worker on her armor to
What
give
does that
her
do?
+2 to both KAC and EAC. For a minute.
All right. You see the kind of little like ripple goes down her armor of light. She kind of looks at you like a little surprised, but nods. Not really expecting like the aid of her business partner to like do this kind of stuff.
But we're helping her.
Shaw.
All right.
Even so, she wouldn't expect all this from Estrier.
So his AC is at least 22. 22 minus 9, so I have to roll a 13 or better. I'm debating if I use my haste action. Make the full attack. Full attack's only +9. It's not great. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Shaw. Shaw. If any of you speak Veskarian, you hear Shaw swear a very unpleasant expletive common to the military. Flip pivots on the balls of his feet and fires up the necrograft. So as I go, dropping the roto laser, grabbing the storm Doshko, I'm running full 60 feet and getting right in his face.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And then full attack storm Doshko. I thought about going to the door and just hosing him down with the roto laser, but I think getting in his face and presenting threats was the right call.
Makes sense.
I want to kill him. I want his shit.
Yeah.
One of them will hit.
One of them will hit indeed.
Into
Alright.
the wrong hotel room, motherfucker.
He, on his turn, is going to start doing some crazy shit. He is going
Shocking.
to use his acrobatics to trick attack you guys while he cartwheels away across the room, leaping over the couch. Yeah. He's going to succeed. It's a filthily high number. So he vaults over the couch, kind of crouching down on the desk, and is going to fire a shot directly at James. with his pistol.
Feel like it's personal.
It might be a little personal, yes. Alright, let's see. Okay, that's gonna crit.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jesus. Alright, look, if there was ever a thematic time for a fucking crit. Oh my lord.
At least it's the pistol and not the rifle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is really the trick attack stuff, but yeah.
I mean, he
Yeah, but
he had a long range rifle I got with like 10 feet. I don't know what his plan was.
He was hoping for like a critical headshot on her, but you fucking rumbled him. It's gonna be a clean 80 damage to James.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god.
for how much did you say?
I said
8-0.
as you
Oh.
immediately drop into your HP. As it does, the shot, it's like a pulse of sonic energy, slams into your throat, James. You can't speak for a round.
I don't need to speak. To
Yeah, it's a
fucking
lot
shoot
more
him.
effective against casters.
wrong
At this
stat. You
point,
hit
it's
the
more
wrong
of a
stat.
spite you thing with that. All right,
Yeah, one of the wrong stats.
back to Scorpio.
I think.
Yeah, James, I think you subtracted your health there. That did it the other way around.
Oh, for
I looked over
Yeah.
and just saw your icon immediately X'd out.
okay. Yeah, I did that wrong.
I was like, damn, it didn't hit
All
him
right.
that hard.
So
Yeah, you're at 44 health.
All right.
Yeah.
So in my free hand, I'll go ahead and quickly draw out my long sword. I'll just go ahead and do.
Does anyone have a sniper rifle I can borrow?
I do. I have. Yeah, I have the sniper
All right,
rifle.
I'll
You-
go
you
ahead
can- you can-
and run up to him, make the attack with the single attack with the longsword, and I get that +2 bonus to the attack roll from hit and run.
Ooh, hell
An
yeah.
opening volley from. Sorry, like I said, this is the first time I've ever been in a situation where I've been able to use it, so I'm going to take advantage.
Fuck yeah. Sorry, I think my kids are giving me a cough.
Ah,
Oh my god.
even with the
I'm-
bonus, it's not going to.
I'm burning a reroll for that one. Come on. You.
All right, thank you.
Talk yourself into it. Like the first time I've got this ability.
All right, try
All
that
right, let's
again.
try that again. Try that again.
All right, hit the rewind and try that again.
Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. And what's the bonus added onto it?
Two.
+2, so that make it 19.
Still not quite enough. As kind of like ducks down, holding his pistol, kind of braced over the hand that's holding the knife. James.
All right, I'm just sort of like not even putting it down gently, dropping the pistol and grabbing the rifle out of Refine's hands.
Okay.
Well, what rifle is it?
All right. It is the
Sorry.
Stalker Assassin rifle. So it's the worst version of the one you.
Oh, how much does it do?
We love how there is 3.
1d8 plus 10.
I'll tell you right now, there's 3 versions of the Stalker
Or
Assassin rifle in
one
this
d10,
fucking room.
sorry. 1d10.
Okay,
1d10.
1d10, and
That's what
then
it is.
do I add full specialization on this, or just half as operative?
Full. It's a long arm or a sniper
Full,
weapon.
yeah. You should have
Okay, so the
full.
full 8.
Yeah, it's just-
Oh,
I
I'm missing
love
out on
that it-
damage then.
My favorite part of the assassin rifle weapon family is that it specifies that you can smuggle it into Yosoki's cheek pouches.
So you can add your specialization to your damage roll, right?
Yes, you're supposed to.
I think I was missing out on some damage on my diaspirin because I don't think I added it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and if you input it into Roll20, it gives you a drop down option to make it specialized to automatically add it.
Shadow. Yeah, I think I've been missing out on my shadow.
Oops.
Oh, I might have the specialization on. That might be why. Specialized.
If you already have it like ticked on the sheet, it should be adding it already.
Yeah, as long as it's ticked.
Sniper, ranged, specialized, and just piercing, I assume.
Yeah, hers is piercing.
That's +6 +1.
I guess they're all
Which-
piercing from that rifle.
All right. Uh, actually, what I'll do instead, because I don't think I can. Or actually, I will. I'll just make the shot. Fuck it. Crouching down.
Kind of like kick the chair out of the way, take a knee, brace it on the chair.
Yeah.
He is powerful. He is not CR 14, so proceed.
Yeah. No. Bam.
26 will do it as you hit him straight back with the trick attack.
Like he's dead?
He's not dead, but he staggers back. He is almost bloodied.
Oh, okay.
I got him good with the storm dodge go, but
It's gonna be her turn now, and she's not surprised. All right. You see, she pulls out a grenade.
Rolls a 1, drops it at her feet, kills herself.
oh god, don't put that out there.
She does not, but what she does do is toss a grenade. You guys hear like the rushing roar of moving water, and an elemental appears where she threw it.
Yeah. she's learned a thing. She's heard the adventures of Jax.
Oh, I completely forgot. That.
That. Wait.
Fort save.
Okay, fort save. What's the DC of your staggering shot?
I have no clue.
I want to say it's like 10 plus operative level or something.
I may go Shack.
I think it's 10 plus operative level plus dex? What the fuck is the
Operative
formula?
exploit is DC is 10 plus 1.5 times your operator's level plus dex. So 10,
I was very close to the right formula.
12, and 4.
10, 12,
26.
4, 26. Holy fuck. I don't think I already rolled. I don't think I rolled high enough for that bonus. You said fortitude for staggering? No,
Yeah.
he fails. I mean, as you might imagine, reflexes is good save. So what is he, staggered
Yeah.
right now? Fuck.
Yeah.
You see, like, literally, like, staggers back, almost falls off the table. She chucks that grenade. The water elemental is going to kind of rear up, slam into him, rushing over his body. He does manage to weather against that, though. So it's going to be SB.
SP will once again just take a shot.
Oh, and before you do, I do have a coordinated shot here. Anyone making, since I'm threatening him with melee, anyone gets a +1 bonus to range attack roll.
Well, I don't think that works on SP's.
I think it
Still
would.
be- It'd be any combatant, but it's still I don't think that the roll's high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's,
what
it's
I mean.
still not-
I
it
think the
should
roll's
work
too
with
high.
her, but it's still not high enough. Yeah. All right. So then to actual refine.
You want to pick up that pistol I dropped?
Yeah, I'll pick up the pistol that he drops. And get over here. And I think is that all I can do?
You can still shoot.
Okay.
Couldn't she still shoot, Ben?
What's the pistol recall?
You can still shoot.
It's just a regular like arc pistol.
I think
1D.
normal arc is 1d8.
Oh, it's an arc pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah,
1d6.
I
1d6?
have it on my sheet because SP's got one,
Oh, word. Okay, we're good then.
Yeah.
or the one that I have SP has, but I have the attack programmed in here.
Plus, we bought like 4 of them at the beginning of the arc of the Vesk arc.
All right,
Yeah, you did get a bunch.
that hit is.
Oh god, sorry.
All right.
Losing my voice here. That absolutely does hit. Kind of like you see it crackle across his body
great
as he
damage,
jerks
but-
back and forth because he's already soaked in that water. Shaw.
I am staggered this round because my implant wore off.
Yes.
Um,
So move or
at least I
stagger.
finally hit something with it. Honestly, since all I'm gonna do is 5-foot step to protect this area in case he comes in to try and get a stab, and then ready in action if he comes within melee range of me, I'm gonna bury my axe in his face.
Okay. You
So
ready
Shaw
to melee action.
for a moment, taking a defensive stance.
All right.
This is one of those moments I wish I'd gone guard.
Guardsmen have a short life expectancy.
Don't you have guard for the power armor?
No, I went with Bombard to start out. I don't get guarded. I don't get my second fighting style until next level.
Oh, okay.
Much like James with his initial triple attack, that is what he is about to visit on you, Scorpio.
Is he able to do a full round?
Oh
with
no, because he's
the
staggered.
second?
Fuck yeah, he can't do it. Ooh, so I guess just one trick attack then instead of the triple.
Does Scorpio get an opportunity
Is
attack?
trick attack a full action or is it?
I think it might be a full. I think it might be a full round action to
or is it
do
as
a
part of an action? I have to read the actual description of it. Let me see.
as a full action.
Yeah, I thought it was as part of a move action, but I guess not.
He's fucked.
Hmm.
Do the guys in melee with him get an opportunity attack if he tries to make a shot?
He's gonna use his switchblade in the offhand. But he will try to bury it in Scorpio's neck. It's very close to being another crit, but it rolled over to the next number. Sorry, excuse me. Let's see. That's gonna be. I mean, yeah, like 34 to hit your KAC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Uh, 18 slashing damage as he like rakes the switchblade across your body. All right.
His turn.
Yeah, fuck. Can't really do anything else. Scorpio.
That stagger was clutch.
Yeah, that stagger was
yeah.
actually
Mhm.
huge.
All right. All right, I'm gonna try to move away. So
And he is flat-footed.
He is
Ooh,
right,
yeah.
That is true.
Remember, your sword does more damage, so it may be better to stay in melee with him.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go ahead and stay in melee, and that works because then you guys can get the +1 bonus from me
Sorry.
hanging here.
Yeah, sorry. I hope that's not too metagamey, Ben, but I mean, it's just a...
No, I think that's fine.
No, I think it's fine because yeah, it's like I get more damage, and then you guys can take shots at him with that +1 bonus I get there. So that works out. All right, cool. So in that case, I'll just go ahead and hang here, and I'll just go ahead and full attack with my sword then.
Serrated blade, bring it around. Well, micro serrated, so it's even harder to see.
Ah.
Yeah, even with the flat-footed, that's still not quite gonna do it as he like desperately jerks to the side to bring it to James.
Yep. Reroll.
Go for it.
Fucking damn it.
Wow.
Okay, it's not gonna trick attack.
Still gonna shoot him.
You are more
Is
than
he
welcome
still
to shoot.
God damn it.
Maybe stagger, but he is able to just barely avoid these shots and stabs. That's gonna be her turn now. I think she'll bust this one out now. She kind of like pushes you slightly out of the way, James. She's like, you had the right idea there. You look back, her eyes are just like glowing aqua blue. She lifts up her hands, and you see a blue slash appear in midair across his body. He is going to fail the fortitude save. You see it opens a bleeding cut across his chest. And he appears to still be staggered for another number of rounds now.
Ooh.
That was her slice reality spell.
Elmar uses his reaction to cry.
You see, like, was just about to shake off your stuff and is just not having it. SB. What are you going to do?
Well, Aspy's gonna miss a shot for sure. And then Refine will do an overcharge shot with James's pistol again. I assume 19 doesn't hit.
Still no. Even with the flat foot is
Alright.
not quite refined. Or is that with your shot?
Yeah,
as well?
no, the
Sorry,
second
yeah.
one was from-
The second one was you, duh.
Yeah.
Over to Shaw, then Shaw, you're no longer staggered as you get your blood black flowing after that implant.
Yep. And with that,
Yes, Paladin, I hear you. Chillax.
Well, I dropped the roto laser in the hallway. Debating if because Scorpio is locked in melee with him, that gives me a good chance to hit him. Yeah, the Dashko clatters to the ground as then Shaw hefts the agitator because I still have my other weapon on me. And so move action. I cannot do my heavy fire ability, but I am going to take the shot straight at him. So
Bring your weapon to bear, sight up. Yep, go for it.
Bring it up, my Volkite. I haven't used this in a while.
Flash of heat across the room. Slams into him as he almost gets knocked off the table. He is past bloodied at this point.
And actually, as part of my move action, I would move a little closer. Actually, no, I'm going to hold this position in case he tries to get to me.
All right. You can kind of like hear even through the helmet that he's like panting at this point. He like realizes he's still staggered. He can't do any of these fancy shit. Oh man, what's he gonna do here? He's got to do some kind of play. Yeah, I think he'll do that. He's going to use one of his last resorts here because he is not a fan of... well, he normally is a fan of stealth, but you guys are forcing this on him. He's going to pull a grenade from his belt and toss it into the corner behind her.
Oh, fucker.
Well, actually, let's see how he can position this perfectly.
There's nothing I can do about that. Wait, it's a move action to draw and then to throw. Can he do both of them at the same time?
Can you not just throw a grenade as an action?
No, it's a drawn weapon. Unless he was holding one in one of his hands.
No, he does have the switchblade and pistol. I'm gonna say then he's gonna get ready to do this because he still has a couple more rounds of being staggered. He is gonna spend his
Okay.
action. Free action, drop the pistol. Action, draw a grenade, which he's priming.
You just tell her to run.
Good. I mean, hey, good call. I did not think about that.
Yeah, I would tell her to run.
Dagger is
Scorpio.
brutal for an operative. That's what I'm realizing here.
All right. Yep, I'll still hang here, and seeing him like pulling out the grenade, I'm going to go ahead and do another full attack with my microserrated longsword.
Air kind of whistling around the blade as you bring it to bear. Hit and a
24 and a
miss.
16.
Cutting across him. Multiple bloody wounds all over him at this point. James
Come on, that 20.
would be thematic. Okay, at least the stealth does go off.
Um,
With plus
Slow on
one
One.
and flatfoot.
+1.
So 20
And
against
flat-footed.
flat foot. Are you KAC or EAC?
I feel like I want to re-roll that.
I mean, I'll
can't.
tell you. Yeah,
I'll
go
stay
before I
with it.
tell you the result. Your call.
It is KAC, and I'm going with it.
Okay, you're going with this roll.
Yeah.
It's not quite gonna do it as it pings off his armor.
So he's 23 KAC.
Even flat-footed.
Yes, yeah, you're correct. It is 23 KAC.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
I mean, I think honestly, so I feel like you can see his armor kind of like crack a little bit, but it does hold. That's gonna be her. You tell her to just run. And honestly,
Yeah, he's
I-
chucking a grenade. Get out of here.
I think she follows that advice and just fucking dips. Single move, double move around the corner. She seems kind of
Okay.
like surprised that you guys are like offering this. Like this is, despite not killing each other, it's still a cutthroat business world. And she's like, all right.
If she's dips, I'm gonna send SB after her just in case something besides LMR.
SP's blocking the vent though,
Oh,
and he's not
that's
staggered
true.
anymore.
Is he not staggered anymore?
He actually is still staggered for at least another round
Oh,
because of her sliced reality.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's why she was like, she's like, I'm gonna
Um,
follow your lead, and she also chose an ability to do that.
I feel like he's dead in this room then.
Okay. Should I send SB to just make sure she's okay, or
No, let's take care of him first, and then we'll get her on the comms.
all right?
All right.
With the +1,
Yep.
does that
That'll hit.
EAC? All right.
Almost like falling to one knee at this point.
That's
Refine.
it for SB, and then another overcharge shot from Refine.
Another hit. Shaw.
Shaw braces his feet, and I'm going to use my full action as to use my heavy fire ability to add my strength score to the damage.
Oof.
So I'm firing at my full attack bonus, and I get even more damage bonus.
Fucking hell.
And Blaze Agitator.
That'll hit. You see, after just almost like burn a little semicircle out of the side of his torso, he is barely alive. I think guys hitting him with anything will finish him at this point. Also, shit, her water elemental would have taken a swing. Didn't hit
Oh, yeah.
though. He's probably his last breath. Fuck you. He's gonna toss the grenade. Alright, he's gonna
I
toss
feel
it.
like it's personal.
He's gonna toss it right behind you. Oh, he's like, you can't see his eyes, James, but you feel like his eyes are just dead set on you.
What did I do? Feigning ignorance.
Stole my
You
look.
stole his gimmick, man.
Well, it has been about a year since that happened, I feel like. He's gonna crit with a grenade.
Oh fuck.
So I need everyone.
Flex saves. Well, he just picks one. Only one person gets a crit on the on a explode weapon, right?
It's me.
I think he just gets the crit. I think the rest of you still take the regular damage.
Yeah, it's just. I think it's just one. I've been studying my grenades in detail.
All right. So this is gonna be something.
Reflex save.
Yeah, reflex save from everybody.
I assume SP doesn't need to make one.
Let's see. Measure that out.
Scorpio's like doing his
Because
best action movie dodge.
SP is sitting inside of a vent. I want to remind you.
That
SP
is
is like
true.
poking out of a
I'm gonna
vent
say no.
with the weapon mount.
I'm gonna say no. She doesn't have to make one.
Okay.
Also, darn it, Ben, you manifested this. Now I'm coughing.
Sorry. Okay. James, you have evasion by now, don't you?
Yeah.
Then I think you're gonna be fucking fine here.
I'm the one he wanted. He crits me. I ignore it anyway.
I'm gonna roll. All right, so let's see. So
Like I just see the
Scorpio
grenade flying
passes.
towards. I see the
Shaw
grenade flying
passes.
towards.
Okay, everyone passes, but are fine. For the
I see
three
the
of you that aren't James, everyone takes 15 or 16. Refine takes 31.
Ow! What kind of a grenade?
Out
is
of
that?
curiosity, would have been a cool 59 to James.
That would have.
Put you flat on the
Dropped me.
floor.
Yeah.
I think the
I see the.
hilariously
I see
the
the-
expected value of 20d6 is 69.
Nice.
I see the grenade flying towards me midair, and I just sort of like dot.
I
slowly
imagine
move
you
out of the
like
way for-
dodge roll under the table and like tilt the table toward the grenades, which absorbs the explosion for you.
But it knocks the grenades closer to refine.
Yeah. If those curious, it was a Mark V frag grenade.
Woof! I'm sad I didn't get to keep that.
Well, he wasn't. I mean, if you killed him fast enough, he probably wouldn't have used it. But you made him real desperate, real quick by cornering him in
Yeah.
a room. He
No, I get
definitely-
that.
Out of character, he's definitely the type of NPC that would have tried to dip when hurt. But you guys have like blocked all the escape routes very well. And it is
Staggered
Scorpio's
him,
turn.
block the escape route.
This is what happens
Alright.
when,
No, that
when
was
we're
like
traveling.
that was a great fucking call with the robot. He would absolutely try to go that way.
All right. Once again, moving steady, full attack with the sword. Big money, big money. No whammies, no whammies. Yeah. 9 and 21.
21. But he is. Or did you hit him? Is he flat-footed this turn?
No.
Okay, so he's not flat-footed, so that will not hit. Ever so barely. James.
I feel like with the knowledge that he's about to die, I'm gonna. You got an arc pistol, right? Right, Refine. Your own.
Yeah,
See-
Refine's got an arc pistol.
You can take yours back. It's not a problem.
Okay.
Just rip it
I-
out of her hands.
I feel rude for always like taking people's weapons, but I'm going to grab your pistol.
There's something so
Why?
funny about that, honestly. Just in combat, grabbing whatever the fuck you can get your hands on each turn.
We need to get you a
I
better
like
sidearm.
the idea that James is just like taking all of this because Refine just has like James's
Specifically
weapons,
yours.
but uses them worse. Yes.
Except when she
Well,
decides
because
to
I
kill.
know the other.
Well, except when she decides to kill dragons with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
So I'm gonna grab my pistol back out of Refine's hand and let off a triple attack.
Triple attack. 3 bolts of electricity.
That is with the +1 from Scorpio.
Dodges 1.
Yeah.
Dodges
Oh, yeah.
2. And the third one catches him straight in the face mask. You see him jerk violently and collapse. Smoke curling up from his
Nice.
helmet.
Taking out the competition.
And we are out of combat.
You know, I'll say out of character, I don't mind missing, just so then that way you got that climactic final hit on him.
Yeah.
That's the excuse.
With
Yeah,
I
that,
meant to do it. I was saving him for you.
with that, Shaw, while they're going over the body, Shaw's gonna round the corner to check up on Severana.
You see she's like just finished casting mirror image on herself as a precautionary measure. She's like, what the fuck was that explosion?
As Shaw's armor is scorched and everything with bits of fragments all over, it's like he's dead now. We've secured it. Whew, good grief.
Raised.
You all right? Because I'm guessing she has still like a big old hole in her shoulder from where he shot her.
Oh yeah. 100%.
All right, first and foremost, where's that rifle?
Alright,
Where's
calm
that
down, calm down. Okay.
I scarcely care about the NPC we just saved.
I guess Scorpio will look at him and still holding, the hand cannon in one hand, sword in the other. It's like, should I don't know. He's not gonna come back to life again, is he? Should I put one in his head just to make sure?
He's not a zombie.
Look, considering the things we've dealt with, I wouldn't be surprised.
I am gonna take a selfie with him though.
Okay. Take a selfie while he's retrieving her from outside in the hall.
So I'm going up from 2d6 to 3d6.
Yes. It's the next tier up from the one you got.
Yes.
Those,
And
Can I
those
get your old rifle then?
Yeah, you get the. You can have the Shadow Assassin rifle, and you can have your Stalker back as well.
Take that back. Oh yeah.
Whew.
Good lord. Alright, she'll stagger back in the room with you, Shaw.
Okay. For some reason my health isn't updating, but okay.
It's just like, what the fuck?
We knew this character was on the station.
We didn't know who he was after.
This is detestable. It's not how the auction works. Look, I owe you for this. Take his gear. I don't want any of that shit.
Where? How easy is it to fix a faceplate?
Well, your shot didn't like break. It like conducted it, because yours is like an electric shock.
Oh, okay.
So it didn't like blow a hole in it or anything.
I will at some point take spray paint and just draw like a big bullseye with a blood splatter over where I shot him in the face.
Hell yeah! You like make a mental note of like where the scorch mark is.
Yeah. Oh, he's got another one of those travel suits too, which is nice.
Oh, nice, nice.
We're
A
eating
Whisper
war.
Sonic Suppressor. What's that? I feel like I just take all my stuff off. And take his.
You just
It's
leveled up.
I've never like had an NPC enemy that is like, oh, it's just all the gear that one player wants to a T.
I think that was literally the Phantom was on my list at some point.
It's fucking ridiculous.
I don't know if the suit we're gonna get in the auctions can be better, but I'm gonna take that travel suit.
Hey man, go for it.
Yeah. I'll take the auction armor if we get it.
So your AC is 10 plus the armor plus your dex, right?
I
Think so.
I think that's what your one was. The gold tier Abadar suits, by the way, are +9, +10.
Yeah. I have to pull
Although
that.
obviously his is fucking a black version of it.
Yeah.
Gold is just like the tier.
Hey, it's in my favorite color.
Yeah, it's weird. There's no. I forgot. There's no bronze. There's silver Abadar suit, gold, and then platinum. But there's no bronze.
Abadar has no time for such
Such a
pathetic
petty
things.
metal. I guess in this world, it'd probably be like a copper version or something.
Yeah. So the one in the auction is a platinum one.
Holy shit! I went up from 19 and 19 to 28 and 29.
So
Nice.
Oh
your
my god.
your AC is better than mine now.
Holy shit!
Mine too, yeah.
Thank you, LMR.
Everyone's AC is still better than mine.
You could have. Well, I don't think it's going to be an improvement from you, but I have Visk Brigandine Mark II.
What is it?
Vesk Brigandine
Let's see.
Mark II.
Yeah.
It might be an improvement for me.
I mean, either way, when we do the auction, we're going to get more suits of armor, and everyone's going to get something.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
The Mark II is for me, but I think I'll just wait for the auction.
I mean, it doesn't cost anything to throw it on.
I think I'll just wait for the auction.
True.
I mean, it doesn't hurt to use
Yes,
it.
except I do not have much. I have a lot of rifles that I need to put away.
I have a
and
lot
I
of
don't have much for weight
rifles. What a
right now.
problem.
we
to
have- Well, we also have the bag of holding as well. We have James has his bag of holding.
Yeah, it's
Okay, so I think
it's
that
not a
maybe
big,
As
like
you,
it's not
um,
enough of an improvement that it's worth.
okay, I think that was a bug with. I think it was combining both the Vesk and the travel suits.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like,
Makes more
Okay.
sense.
It's 23, 24.
That's okay. There we go. That makes a bit more sense. I was like, well, why am I here?
Did you get armor envy?
Yes.
What's this whisper sonic suppressor, by the way?
Oh, it. Hold on. I'll put it in the chat. It's just like the tier of sonic suppressor. The tiers are murmur, whisper, hush, repose.
The way they classify weapons in these games is amazing.
So good. Like the fucking musical spears they had earlier. Sonic suppressors are really fucking good against casters if you get the crit, because it just stops them from casting.
I also get. I also have a knife now. Unless somebody does somebody want the 44 one? Is that better than what anyone else has? I'd be willing to just give that to you, so I'm not just taking everything.
What is it, Ultra Thin?
feel- I feel like that's probably a pretty good pausing point, because I gotta use the bathroom anyway. We might as well pause there after you've looted this man's body.
And then we can talk with the lady next time.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you people for watching. We'll be back next Thursday.